What's up, everybody? This is the poker coaching study session. Today, we're going to be looking at
An Omaha double board bomb pot where Brian ran bad or played
Yeah,
bad. Could be both.
I'm in between. I don't know if I think that I could maybe, I don't know, maybe some alarm bells should be going off.
Okay.
So obviously it's $80 pot, 9 9 king 3, and then just I don't remember all of the other cards, but I remember
Right.
the other guy has ace queen jack, and the boards aren't exactly right. I will be able to remember as I go through. I
Right.
was just so frustrated in the moment that I didn't really
Yeah.
take a second to like, oh, let me make sure I get these boards right for when I review. I think I'm gonna start recording my sessions on phone, and
Okay.
I might start bringing like what we might be able to really dive deep into my play if you guys would be interested in doing that.
Okay.
But
You should
so
look
we,
at Jerry Osmus has a vlog he does,
mhm.
and look at the tool he uses. He has a very interesting like a small camera that he sets up like right in
A
front of
little
him.
like phone stand that I can use to
It's
record.
it's a camera separate from his phone, but it's almost designed for
That's
sitting
cool.
in front of you and recording the table and recording your whole cards.
Gotcha. All right. Let's take a look at this.
So it's $80 in the pot, and then
Right.
go button. I think I'm either cut off or hijack. So. The small blind, it's either small blind or big blind checks, or both of them check, and then the low jack -1 or 2, whatever it
Mhm.
is now comes out and bets 25
Right.
into field. A lot
Is
of the
this
time,
P2? Is he the low jack?
yeah, player two. So
Okay.
then he gets called next act and then called
What's the
again.
how much? What's the
80.
contribution? $20 each?
It's a $10 bomb pot, so 80 in the
$10?
pot.
Okay. All right.
So he comes out and bets 25. A lot of the time, people are telegraphing hand strength in PLO
Right.
in these games where they're potting with their strongest hands and they're doing weird shit with hands that strong.
Right.
So doing kind of the opposite of what you would want to be doing, which is kind of easier to play against because they call me when I go small when I'm trying to pull. But
Right.
so he goes 25, he gets called next act, and then the guy behind him calls next act, and then it folds to me in the cutoff, and I flop top.
You flop
And
top full house.
okay, so I don't have a flush draw.
Yeah. You
What I
top
was
the,
gonna say.
yeah. You flop the overfull and you have nothing on the other board. Like really nothing.
A a straight draw.
You got a
Oh,
straight
But
draw. You got a straight draw that's going to lose.
yeah, a straight draw that's nuts and nuts.
so
So
you don't, just to clarify, you don't have a flush draw.
yes, that's what I was gonna say, is I put this in wrong. I don't remember
Right.
everything exactly. So I believe on my board there
Right.
are hearts is the other thing. So on my
Yeah.
board there's hearts, and on the other board it's ace. There, I don't think there's any flush draw, just the
Yeah.
straight draws and the made straights already. And I'm paying 9 there for a straight draw that doesn't really matter. And then I have,
Yeah.
so when it
So
gets to me, I'm kind of in the motion. Like when I think when those next two guys call, I
hmm
don't think that they're super strong, and think that the guy first act is generally not super strong, and I only have access to one board.
Yeah.
I want to start pushing. Is what's going through my head.
What's your SPR
I
here?
disagree on the push.
I'm like, we're like me and the guy that bet P2 are close to 1,000 deep, and the guy behind is slightly shorter, so he's probably around 700, 650.
In the beginning pot, so right now the pot's around 125 or something.
Well, my
150.
repot, I can repot for 205. So it goes 25. So 75, 125 plus 80. So yeah, but technically, yeah, it would be around 75 plus 80, so 150 in that area.
Okay.
Here's why I
155.
think here's why I think you don't want to push. Um, so if you can get everyone to fold, that'll be great. If you can get everyone but one person to fold, that's the worst thing to happen
True.
because because he's not likely on your board. So
Yeah.
because you're going to chop with the other board, because the other board is really easy for people to be there. There's lots and lots of draws and lots of great stuff on the other board, and there's very little on your board. So I think you want to have multiple people in for chopping with board 2. If nobody was in and you just take your one shot, it's like, let's say you're on the button and it folds to you, or you're in the cutoff. If you go big on this, you might get a fold from everybody, and that's worth real money. That's worth half the.
Well, I
But
agree with you on that, but I think that they aren't that strong when they bet 25 and then he gets the two calls. The
right.
people play so face up that when they have a straight here, like, or they have,
So you think you
ace
can get all
five here, I think I can get people to fold is what I'm
can you
thinking,
get all three to fold? That's the question.
I'm well, I'm
Because
okay with if I get one call. I mean, like, because my
no
next pot is massive. It's like 700, and people don't fuck around when you start betting 700 in that game.
okay, so you think you can get everyone to fold by the turn.
That's what I'm thinking is
Okay, then,
like,
then it's fine.
and that most of the time I just don't, and I'm okay with people calling, but it's
Right,
really good if everyone folds.
right.
Like, if
Okay,
someone calls, I likely have the best hand here. I mean, I'm gonna have the best hand almost every single time, except for against pocket fives.
right.
So, and there's not a lot of great I mean, there's a lot of bad cards on the turn. So if I can deny equity to some, like, because people will float in this game wide when somebody bets 25 with an overpair.
Right.
Or
Okay.
like, so it's like I can, or something. I mean, there's not a ton of hands. There's the things I need to deny equity to, but they're already blocked. So it'd be like queens, tens, and aces. So those hands are unlikely to get there in the first place, and they're
Okay.
probably not folding. So now when I think about it more, I'm like, fuck, maybe I don't know how I feel about this because the hands that I want to deny the most equity to are tens, queens, and aces, kings, and jacks. I mean, some of these people will float. Like some of these people will float with a hand like jacks and 10, so they have the straight draw and they have a pair. It's like kings and a queen, so the straight draw and a pair. So shit. I mean, I'm kind of in between because I think that people float too wide. So if you can push them off of the equity that they have, like pocket kings or jacks, that's good. But now that I think about it, I mean, I'm pretty much invulnerable to those. Those are the only hands I'm vulnerable to. So
Right.
I'm kind of, and I have a king in my hand as well. So that's obviously
Yeah.
another hand card to be as worried about. I don't know. I'm really in between. But but my thing is, I don't know. Maybe I didn't think about this entirely, but I'm thinking they went kind of small. I think I have some sort of fold equity here. I only have
Okay.
access to one board. If I can make them fold out I mean, like, if, especially with like a guy like P4. So if P4 had just that ace queen or something
Right.
like that, like, I think that's a hand I can make fold a lot
Hmm.
because that I'm not going to beat by the river.
Right.
So, I mean, that's always good too if I can fold out equity on the other board to get me to take it down. It's
If you can
scoop.
fold out all the equity on the other board.
That's
That, that,
true.
that that's my point is that you only want to push if you can get everyone to fold. If you get one person to hang out on board 2, then you've pushed out the money because you and that guy are chopping up the other
But
people's.
I still think a lot of the time that they have hands that I can push by turn. Like, there's a lot of people that at least in this game, I think a lot of people call and then fold because when I pot it here because my pot here is 2 of 5. So when I pot here for 2 of 5,
That might do it.
the when I pot for 2 of 5, it might do it, but my next pot is
Right.
720.
Right.
So like when I pot for 720, that is a big deal.
Right. So let's go through the action. So what happens next? So
So
you
I pot it for 2 of 5. The
right.
original guy that bet calls. The guy in between folds, and the guy with ace queen jack. There's a guy in between that folds, and then he calls.
Right.
And then the turn comes the 6 on my board, so very clean.
Yep.
And then the what on the next board, I don't remember exactly which card it was, but I know it was pretty fucking blank. It doesn't really change it didn't change the nuts.
Right.
So they check to me, and with two players, I was kind of so I was really in between on this spot. I was like, do I want to pot here and try and push, or do I am I trying to pool now that I got two callers? Was what
Right.
I was in between on. Which in the end doesn't fucking matter because I potted and called in those spots. But so it didn't matter anyways. They were going to call either way. And I basically get scooped. I end up chopping the side pot with the other guy because he had nothing on the bottom board. And
Right.
so he scoops me with quads. And then I end up hitting a king on the river that plays. I win the side pot with him, or I chop the side pot with him.
Right.
But I'm like, so So you're thinking that when that many people call, my better option might be to re-raise small or on the flop, re-raise small or just call.
Yeah, you're gonna get beat up on this board. I mean, in this particular configuration, I think that this is a little bit of a cooler for you, but I still think that
I was
played,
expecting to chop here often. That
yeah,
was my thing.
that
Yeah.
as played, that guy who folded out, the fourth guy who folded out, you wanted his money in there.
Okay.
That's my thought. What do you think, Larry?
It's a cooler. It's not a little bit. It's a lot a
You-
cooler. It's the definition of.
And
Now,
then my other question is, am I going too nuts when there's no five on the other board and I'm not holding a five? And I have the second nuts. I don't have the nuts.
Right.
I know how important it is to have the nuts.
I think you have to, when you pot and make an aggressive move in position on flop, and you get two callers, I'm not saying you have to slow down with a boat, but you definitely should be on alert.
Was on alert, but so part of me is like, I know these people are going to call me
But
with 5x that's worse than
the
my hand.
primary
The other
exploit in this game is obviously what you figured out by now, which is people call too late,
Yeah.
too far down in their value even. So the question becomes, do you pot control when you're in position on turn after you get two callers and you potted? Because you've got second nuts, not first nuts. I don't think so. I think this is a cooler.
Mhm.
Kind of what I thought, but I was like in between. I was like, maybe I'm overly aggressive here with second nuts. I mean, obviously, I would be dying to see a five run out on the other
You're not,
board.
I mean, the guy at
Like,
P2 is a somewhat aware player. He's playing a pool game, trying to
after
split
watching
your
him
money.
play, I don't think he was. I think after watching him play, he seemed to be unaware. It might have just been a instinctual. I have a super big hand. I want people to come in, even though I think that he wants to be pushing here because he had absolutely no equity on the other board. But I mean, he had nothing on the other board.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's got a pool play too, right? Maybe he did it accidentally, but he knows he's always winning board
Yeah.
one, so he can pull and try to, and he's never winning board two. He could pull and try to get both your money, which he did.
I think if he was completely retarded, he would repot or I raised, which I would think is just a terrible misplay.
Yeah, this
That's a terrible misplay. But
against one player, it's a misplay.
yeah,
Against one player, it's a good play. Against two
yeah,
players, it's a misplay.
yeah. I don't. I was really in between on this. I think that it is a cooler,
This
obviously.
is a
Like,
cooler. I mean,
but I was
and
just like, I know how important having the nuts is, not
it's a
having the
cooler.
second nuts.
It's a cooler in a big bet game, right? Where often 300 big blinds of a player goes in.
Yeah.
It's a cooler. And, and I mean, I don't think you can get away from it. I don't think you can get away from a boat here. How the
Yeah, I don't
fuck
think.
do
Yeah.
you fold a boat?
Yeah,
I mean,
I
if
don't
I
think.
had a weaker boat, I can absolutely fold. I've folded weaker boats in this. I just
Yeah,
think I
yeah. I
have
mean, you could fold.
second
This
nut.
is
Yeah, I have second nut boat, and I'm
nines
like,
over fives, though. Nines,
and
fours, and
I've
fives. So you're not
yeah, it's
as
not like it's an ace king nine. It's not like it's ace king nine, like
and it's a
a
really
king on
the
the
six
board.
is a really good card.
Yeah, that's what
And the
I'm
10's not the
thinking.
worst card in the world. You're not getting away from this.
Ten of spades is a bad card, but so what?
Well, yeah, but
Um,
that's not accurate. It's not
yes,
a straight flush. There
right,
was no straight flush on them.
right. So Bub says, I mean, yes, sometimes they have quads. So I just think P1 and P2 should be the best to get as much money in the pot as they can, because 50% share of the second pot, they'll never win, is still 50% more chips. Yes, but not from each other. That's the thing, Bub, is that they don't care how much money they put in against each other.
That is
They
true,
need to
because
some,
one has quads, he has a pure nuts, and the other one
right,
has just, unfortunately, the
yeah,
second nuts, which
right,
are basically unbeatable, right? I
yeah,
would expect to win here, like, I don't know, 98% of the time with my pocket nines.
Right.
Oh,
What
yeah,
yeah,
I
what I
did
That's a
think
too.
is,
good way to look at it. You're gonna win like
yeah, I
you're
think
gonna
you're
win 90% of the time with your
That's
hand.
the other problem too is that I know that like in this on the turn, like alarm bells are going off, but at the same time, I'm like, these people don't think about being quartered often enough. So they can easily be calling with King Jack here. They
yeah,
also are all never folding ace five here.
right.
Or even, I mean, even 6-5. I mean, Jack five. They're just not folding this. They overvalue hands way too much. So, like, this is my dream spot of like these people will overvalue hands. But now I agree with you. Then in that situation, I want them both to call when I know they're going to be overvaluing hands. But I don't know. I just don't think I'm anyone's.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to lose all this money, but I think you're supposed to lose it in a different order to different, and I think they're supposed to
Yeah,
be, I think they're
I
supposed to
think
be,
that on the turn I go like half, then on the river I
yeah,
losing the rest.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is a cooler.
okay.
I mean, it's just gonna
All
your
right.
coolers are gonna be horrendously painful in big bet games.
Oh yeah. And I haven't had some run good on my side recently, but it all turns around. It'll be all right.
Yep.
Um, I don't know. This is obviously not ideal.
Yeah. So let's take a look next. Do you want to look at does anybody have any hands they want to put up? Otherwise, I've got either live hands. I've got live hands from Vegas, I've got live hands from Lucky Chances, and I've got all face up hands. What do you want to see?
I've got a solver hand against a short stack if that's of interest.
Yep, let's do that.
Um,
Let me
okay, we'll do.
manage. Let me
If
do
you
here.
guys are interested in seeing it, I always, I mean, we all play against short stacks, right?
Yep.
So there's a value to looking at a unique short stack spot.
Yeah.
This isn't a very long game,
Okay.
but Solver's got some interesting things to say about it. All right, here's the hand. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Player 9 is the villain, and his stack is wrong. I put it in wrong. He started with $57.
Okay. 57 in a 1-2 game.
Yeah, 57 in a $1.50 game.
Oh, okay.
I opened 4.5. He
Mhm.
calls. We get a monotone board where we've got the Jack of Hearts. Now, the interesting thing is, what do we do here? Well, we mostly check. We check.
Mm-hmm.
He bets small. He bets about $3.5 into 10. I call.
Yep. It wouldn't be the worst. A fold wouldn't be the worst thing in the world here. But the call is okay. I mean, you're drawing to a straight that can be bad, even if you get there, and you're drawing to a flush that can be bad, even if you get there, and you're drawing to overcards that can be bad, even if you get there. Probably not yet. So, but
True. I don't know if we can fold yet.
you can, but you don't have to. Because just because you're you really want draws have to be two things. They have to come in and then they have to be good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a great, we're
Yeah.
not drawn to the nuts. We're not drawn to the nuts.
We're not drawing any nutted equity at all. Yeah.
But I'm not gonna fold the small bet.
Okay.
So the 8 then brings in straight to us, which would be the nuts if we get the miracle 9. Miracle offsuit 9.
Not the nuts. It's not the nuts.
I get it's not the nuts. No, you're right.
Right. That's what I'm saying is we've got a backdoor straight to what isn't the nuts, and we've got front door equity to what isn't the nuts. So you could really consider folding here. And he's short, so you don't have much implied odds, but also you don't have much reverse implied odds. So that's good. All right.
So he bets big and we fold.
Yeah.
Now the question for me is this an appropriate fold given the situation?
I think so. I think the fold on the flop would have been okay.
Let's see what the solver says. So
Is
go
this
ahead.
bet actually big on the turn? Was it 11, right? Into what, 20 speed?
11 into 17, about 11 into 17.
Yeah.
About 60%.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, you have a lot of, you have a lot of outs to a marginally made hand.
yeah, it's not, I mean,
You have a lot of,
obviously,
you got a lot of outs now to a marginally made hand.
So, I think what's actually tough, right? I think it's one of the hands we have to defend because, so let's say, what would you defend there? Is it like 10x, and we don't have 8x that often.
what do we feel? Well, look. So here are the ranges.
All right, let's see.
So
We're not
here's
seeing the screen.
here's
Gotta
my
share-
range.
Share again, Larry. The
Oh,
share turned off.
sorry. Share.
I would probably defend it, but I'm such a station in some spots. I don't know.
All right, here's our range. About 37% of hands we're opening.
Sure.
Here's his range. About 27% of hands he's defending.
Okay.
And this is what the solver says we do. So this is flop on this monotone board.
Right.
These monotone boards are interesting because it's kind of a nuts or nothing situation. So we're essentially, this is a jump ball, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's a jump ball.
Okay.
Compared to the last ones I've been showing you, which have been extremely one way or the other.
Right. His EV, look at how much better his EV is though, just from being in position.
Yeah, which is also demonstrated in equity realization.
That's where it comes from. Yeah.
We under realize, he over realizes.
Yeah.
So on this monotone board, the thing to take away, I think, is that number one, we play quite conservatively.
Mm-hmm.
Like for instance, even we're really protecting our checking range, right?
Yeah.
All the nuts we have here, checking. There's not one hand we have that isn't betting pure. And we don't
Right.
have any big bets. It just uses the small bet.
Yep.
But we check. What's our hand do? We are
It's
mixing
checking.
just along with every other hand
Yep.
in our range. So we check. Solver likes the size he uses, which is the small bet.
Mm-hmm.
It's doing that across its entire range. A little bit where we can see like the middling hands, which have some showdown, are checking more, but everything's betting a little bit.
Yep.
Hands like sevens are checking. He likes to check his pairs, yeah. And then his total trash is betting a lot, and his flushes are betting a lot. So he bets.
Right.
Now it gets interesting. What do we do? How do we respond to this bet? Well, we've got on this board, we've got a pretty normal amount of check raises, and the check raise size is small, by the way. Solver likes
Okay.
this kind of click size check raise. And it's doing that with. Well, we'll look at our combo. It will do it sometimes with the heart.
Right. But our combo is not folding. And the strange thing is that the Queen of Hearts combo does some folding. That's
Here.
Yeah. Isn't that black folding?
No, that black means it's not represented because we
Oh, thank
bet
you.
that portion away.
Okay. Blue is the fold. Okay.
Blue is the fold. Black is
Yeah. So we
our
don't
frequency of having that
Yeah.
combo.
So we don't fold the two over cards and the backdoor straight to even without the heart.
We don't fold without a heart.
Yeah, we fold without a heart. We do some folding, but we don't fold pure.
I'm sorry, we don't fold with a heart.
Or we don't
What I
fold
meant
with
to say.
Yep, we don't
Look
fold
at
with
how much. Look at the extreme difference in equity when we have the heart.
Yeah,
So our equity without the heart is like, what is that? 28, 26?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a massive difference with the heart here.
Yeah.
So let's compare this to our top of range, just so we can make this a little bit more interesting. So if we look at the top of range here, Obviously the nut flush. We're mostly calling. It likes the ace three the most because it's unblocking like ace king.
Yeah.
It's unblocking the
I'm
king.
blocking king highs, queen highs, jack highs, everything. Everything good.
Yeah.
Also, there's zero chance he can make a flush, straight flush.
When you have the three.
Yeah.
I don't think, did he have, let me see. Yeah, I
I
guess
mean,
that's true.
Queen,
He's
eight,
defending
eight,
that part of his range.
five, yeah.
He has that part of his range here. Yeah, okay.
would be true with ace five as well, and it's a little bit less value.
Yeah. So, well, also we can make it straight flush. So it really loves notice that the lowest equity nuts is ace king blocking the king.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so anyway, um, queen jack, that's interesting. The other thing to look at here is overpairs, I think. Overpairs are interesting because we are check raising a lot with heart,
Mm-hmm.
but without the heart, we're slow playing on this monotone board.
Right.
I don't know if we call it slow playing. We're playing
We're
more
playing defensive.
conservatively.
Yeah.
We're folding out quite a bit. We're folding beyond MDF, I think, out of position here, 37%.
Yeah.
So, we call. Oh, also, let's look at what we're doing with our naked ace of hearts. Yeah. So our naked ace of hearts is really good. This is a good temporary to apply to the real world. Because our naked ace of hearts is a good check raise opportunity.
Yeah.
Especially like the bad ones here that aren't like this is our worst one. Ace six.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like, but ace six with the ace of hearts is interesting. We can do some naughty stuff with it. We call, and then it is the eight of clubs. Notice we have donking here. These are all the cards that can come at the bottom.
Yeah. And we can donk on some of them.
If a heart comes to complete the flush, we donk.
Right.
Everything else we're checking on, but like the seven of hearts is our favorite donking card.
Do you mind looking at one last thing on the flop?
Sure.
The small flushes, we don't check raise them? I'm not sure if I've seen that right, but it looks like odd to me. I would raise
So our
something
worst
like
flush is going to be like
7-6, I guess, 7-6 here.
we don't check raise that.
Yeah, that is interesting. I personally
6-5 we
would've-
don't.
Yeah. Look at
Yeah.
8-7.
And so we have a mix.
I would raise these. I feel like I would do a mistake here.
I don't.
So my reasoning for raising is, I guess, obvious. He can have an ace of heart and I can raise and he would still call, so I get value.
Mhm. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
here
I don't.
it
So it's
looks
87%, right? So it's still a really good hand.
I did that
Um,
last night and they folded.
And then let's compare that to like a6. So yeah, it's a really good hand. You can check. I mean, so I don't know if it's not necessarily a mistake 'cause if it's mixing the action,
Mm-hmm.
then it's
let's put
usually
it
very
that way.
similar to EV.
Yes.
I would
You look at the-
overdo it. Put it that way. I would overdo it.
I think you're not losing much. You're not losing anything. The
Yeah.
EV of calling is 187 chips. The EV of raising is the click raise, which he uses. He only likes to use a click raiser, is 188. So
Yeah.
there's really no difference in the choices from an EV perspective. So check raising is fine. It just let me see. So like our worst flush is 6-5. And the same thing. It doesn't really the same EV. the caller check raise. So, anyway,
On the 8 of clubs, was it? Yeah.
so 8 of clubs. So interesting, we have donking when the flush completes, right?
Yep.
We're gonna have donking without a flush and with a flush. 8 of clubs, we're never donking on this. Check. He polarizes. Solver likes again. Size, he uses his polar sizing here. About a B60. And we are indifferent. We are truly indifferent. We can
Yeah.
we can shove, we can raise, or we can fold. I think
With the Jack of Hearts, we can only raise or fold.
oh, sorry, the jack flush, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can raise or fold. So yeah, it's pretty clear fold. Now
Yep.
we'll just look at a couple combos here which are interesting, and then we'll call it a day on this solve. Question I would have here is 3 to a flush, 8 of clubs. He polarizes. What are we doing with the naked ace of hearts? We're not folding the naked ace of hearts.
Yeah, I would be so
Yeah.
sticky. It's a nut flush draw. Basically,
It's
the nut
it's
draw,
a-
right?
It's a clear call with the naked ace of hearts. Now the question I would do is I would often check raise ace 10 here with the
Ooh.
ace of hearts. And it is mixing that
Mhm.
as a click size. It likes the click size again here.
What about donking?
We have lots of dunks. So
I don't care about that. I'm saying like in game, like why wouldn't I mean I would want to donk here. We very likely have the best hand and we have a very good draw to go along with it, and they have a lot of hand to call.
on the 8 of club turn, you want to dunk?
So
With the
yeah,
ace
I'm
10.
okay with that. Yeah, with ace 10. Ace 10 with the ace of hearts.
Why wouldn't okay. That seems fine. I mean, why wouldn't you check raise though?
I think that I kind of lose value from a lot of hands. I don't think they're going to call down with a lot of hands that we beat when we check raise them. And I think when we're holding the ace of
So is
hearts, a
your
lot of their continues to the check raise are going to be the ace of hearts types of hands, and we have the ace of hearts. I think that we miss value from a lot of the hands. And when we get called, I think we lose. We are behind a lot. But that would be my personal spot.
okay? I could see. So you're dunking to
I mean, I just
extract
want to,
value with the naked ace of hearts and the top pair.
yeah, I think we're
Um,
filtering their range into more hands that we beat by river when we do that. And I think when we donk here, we get more calls from hands like King X of Hearts than we do when we check raise
Let's take a look.
the
Take a look.
naked King of Hearts or the Queen of Hearts. I think a lot of those hands,
so
we have those hands
All
pretty
right,
dominated right
I
now.
can see what you're saying.
So let's take a look at on the flop. Does the ace 10 go to our first action on the flop where we checked? We're not checking range, we're checking a lot. So look at the ace 10 of hearts, the ace with the 10 of hearts there. So let's see how we do it. So right there, we do a bunch of betting with it for your reason. On the turn, I think it is to protect that range because you need to have these kinds of hands in it. I don't think
Yeah.
it's about optimizing the ace 10. It's about protecting the line.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah, that's fine. I
Yeah.
just think like in game, I would think that when we check raise here and we get called, we need to hit off to win. And when we bet and
Right. So it's
draw,
just saying take the way you want to play and change it from check bet call bet to just bet.
yeah,
You
yeah.
flop bet
I
the
mean,
turn.
or maybe if you check, if it went say when if it checks and he comes out and bets 36 into is 103 prior,
Mhm.
or is it so he bets 36 into 103. This is three bet. Sorry, I was running around. I'm getting ready to go play poker, but I just heard that last part. It seemed like it would make to do it
Right.
with to be donking than to be check raising. I don't think I want a ton of equity here. I think a lot of their hands are very slimly against me.
Well, what's interesting is when we have a heart turn, we get a lot of dunks. We're dunking
Yeah.
20% of our range. It's not going to be obviously just flushes. It's going to be other parts of our range that are dunking.
Did
But
we
our
check-
flushes are dunking mostly. Like the nuts is donking a ton.
Just really good.
Yeah.
Because
Take a
I don't think we want to be betting. I don't think we want to be checking.
Right. So take a look at what the ace 10 does in the check bet line. How often does the ace 10 check raise? So it bets out some on the flop. This is on the flop.
So the check, he bets,
He bets,
and ace of 10 is definitely the check
and then
raise,
we
right?
pull, and then we pull up some, right. So it gets mixed into all the ranges. And the only difference is that in this line, you just, the range doesn't want to bet it all on the turn. So you get the energy you want from ace of hearts 10 by donking, by check raising, and then the amount that you've left in, because you don't have, remember you've bet these away, that amount wants to stay with wants to stay and protect the range. Makes sense.
I'm sorry that
Your line is viable.
I'm a little out. Why? What was the pre-flop action again? I was
We
The
check-
single raise
we-
pot, button
what
against,
position?
cut off against button.
Okay, so you raise cutoffs in the button.
Calls
You
and
check.
I check.
He bets. He bets like a third pot. Like
That's a third pot.
yeah, I definitely want to dunk that he does like a third pot bet. I think
Yeah.
he's gonna have a lot of single hearts there because a lot of their 10x probably bets bigger to protect. What I would think a
You're
lot of the
talking
time.
about ace 10 specifically.
Yeah, with our specific hand, not our range. I'm saying like our range, I might play a different combo, completely different. But I think with ace 10 with the ace of hearts, I think we have
Yeah,
we
that makes
very
sense.
likely have the best hand, and they're very likely drawing slimly. But I think there's a lot of hands that'll call a donk that won't call a raise that we have drawing to you outs.
All right, one more line here, and then we'll move on. So, question becomes also, what if we bet? I mean, I think betting with this combo is viable.
Right.
So if we bet, they call. Now we get the 8 of clubs, which improves our equity. What do we do? And we are going polar as fuck.
Right.
We
That gives
are
us more equity because they have
we are now betting the 3/4 out of position. I'm more than that. We're betting whatever that is. 75%.
Yeah.
Because our equity improved. Now,
Yep.
where else are we? So we are now bluffing out of position with this hand when our equity improves. Kind of obviously with that turn card, I kind of wish I'd bet small, gotten this 8, and not given him the ability to take the initiative in the hand.
Mm-hmm.
But it can go either way, I think.
Yep.
I mean, obviously the majority play is a check, but definitely there is a place. Maybe I need to mix in more C betting out of position. I'm usually very reticent, I think is the word, to bet here.
Reluctant is the word, not reticent. Reticent means you're not talking. Reluctant means you don't want to do something.
Okay. Then reluctant on this monotone board.
You suck, Scotty.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
We understood what he was trying to say. We didn't
I
need your
did.
grammar police over here.
Only because he said I think it's the
I gave him an opening. I gave him an opening.
I also suck.
I gave the grammar police an opening.
Yeah.
So on this monotone board, yeah, it's just weird. I think I need to mix in betting here more, and not just essentially I'm just allowing them to bluff.
I think check is beautiful on the flop because for the same reason I love the check out of position. And I love checking out of position because it's generally very nice. But I think we have to like read into what they do a lot. When they
Yeah, I
go
mean, he took
small
a
here.
very solver approved line here.
Yeah, and I think that he's probably unlikely to be thinking on that level most of the time because most of opponents aren't.
True.
In that spot, what do those sizes generally mean? Like they generally have some sort of draw. Sometimes they have some sort of pair that's probably holding. I think that they don't have a ton of 10x in this spot because I think that when people make hands like they're on like a 9 board, 10 board, they tend to try to protect a lot and go bigger. And especially when it's monotone, and they might shut down and not bet. So I think that we have to probably take the initiative and start building because we likely have the best hand. And he takes that small size on the flop. I think that we need to bet. He's probably not betting. But what does he do?
Yeah.
You bet.
So
He,
here's an interesting line. So if we chose to check raise turn, they call, we get our flush. And we have the queen high flush here, we check.
Yeah.
Queen high flush checks.
We make our draw and we check.
We
I'm
go
okay
all
with
in
that.
without, this is a
Yeah,
bluff.
it's too high.
We
I'm
bluff
actually
with the
okay with that.
queens, we check with the queen of hearts.
Yeah.
Kings, we're never doing it. Kings, we're all in. Orange is all in. Our
Yeah.
only size here is all in because of the SPR. So if
Yeah.
we check and they shove, we're check 73% of range here. If we
Yeah.
check and they go all in, it's clear call, obviously. Any flush is a clear call.
Jack is the fold. And the jack is the fold.
Jack of hearts.
No, the queen jack. When we do queen jack, the jack of hearts.
Oh,
fold.
yeah, no, yeah, that's interesting. The jacks is a fold.
Yeah.
Evie. It's too
So
close, but yeah.
what was the actual line taken?
line.
It was check, call,
Check
check.
call.
Check call. Turn 8, check, big bet polar, fold. And my hand, my hand was an interesting hand because here we can do a lot of different stuff with when you
Yeah.
have the jack of hearts.
So you
Yeah.
didn't have ace 10 here. You had
No, he had queen jack.
I had queen jack with the
queen
jack of
hearts.
hearts.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fair. I thought you folded ace 10 with the ace of hearts.
No, I'm not, no.
I was like, fuck that.
No.
I just had a hand that improved and we can overfold against humans, but it's very much a what's the word I'm looking for? Cuspy hand in solver. So that's what made it interesting. When I
That's a good
made the
overfold.
solve and I saw that I had a cuspy hand, I thought I'd bring it to the group.
Cool.
So anyway, I think we're probably tired looking at this for 45 minutes or whatever. So I will pass it on to someone else.
All
I
right.
have a hand. I have two hands I can run through.
Okay. Let's do them.
Real quick, let me join from my computer and then I'm gonna get on the road to go play some poker. All right.
So you're
dun-dun-dun.
gonna start playing poker at like 2 p.m.
I started playing earlier than that. I started getting to the room around when it would open, and then from like 11 to like 7 when I would play.
Are you finding the day sessions more profitable than the night sessions?
Not particular. I think that like everyone, I honestly just don't respect people's play enough. Maybe it could be the problem. I think most players are bad either way, so I don't really care. The I don't think they're that good, but I just think that it's like the game's just I can get on and I don't have to spend. I just wasn't getting enough hours in playing later with the way the games were breaking and how long it was taking me to get on the table.
Okay.
It was best to try and get on at the start of the table so that I don't wait 2 hours.
All right.
I decided to come to the study group today and
All right, Bub, this is your hand.
Good luck,
definitely-
Bob.
got ace queen.
And you're facing.
You're
Is that a
in the
limp and an ISO?
It's
limp
limping.
ISO. And Bob's gonna choose to fold here.
What are you gonna do,
He's
Bob?
not
I would consider folding here. But what is Bub doing?
be reasonable, but I
There.
don't think you should.
We've lost- Okay. Oh, there's Bub.
all
Okay,
right.
we know Bub. So Larry, it's you.
Oh shit, it's a tough spot. What do we know about the guy who ISO?
He's not. Honestly, I feel like he's just smashing buttons. Like I can't figure this guy out. He's got like he does random ass shit, but most of the time he opens his VPIP's too high, he limps a lot, he has an opening range, his opening range isn't overly strong. I think that he has, hands that he just likes to play that he puts in there, like suited
Okay.
connectors that he's opening, but then he also has top. obviously.
Yeah, I don't think folding is out of the question here. I think calling is not ideal. I think we fold or we three bet slash raise to between 50 and 60.
Oh, you're raising here.
Okay.
Good.
You know what?
Okay.
I'm like, the deeper I am, the more willing I am to three bet lots of shit. But
Mhm.
and I mean, like either way, I'm probably three betting this hand at like full frequency, unless it was under the gun open and I'm next to act. I mean, probably I might consider some folding. Then I'm not calling. I think I'm bet.
So this is interesting. So you got two callers north. The initial limper, and the
Yep.
ISO, and we got top pair, and we have the queen of diamonds. Okay.
We are willing to go broke.
Yeah. So what happens? Checks us.
Oh, this
Alrighty.
isn't an old guy, and this is
Right.
an Asian guy.
Okay. Let's get
Okay.
ageist and racist in this hand. Okay.
Yes.
Here we go.
Old guy
Uh,
and an Asian guy. And
Asian guy. Old guy.
we can bet. So I would bet $40. Sure.
Yep.
I was gonna say
Exploitatively, I would size up here, even though the simple GTO strategy is small multi-way.
The one thing with this guy is he can have some traps here. Like he trapped me the one time where I tried to knuffle him and he bet second pair on the flop, earned trips
Mhm.
and checked. So I attacked in that spot.
Yep.
He calls and then river comes off and I go pretty damn big and he's
Yep. You can also save your big bet for the turn, but I'm just saying that on this particular board, there's so much that has so much equity that will call a bigger bet. So
I agree
that's
with you.
why
I
I
think
think
it's in between. I think when
Yeah.
I'm heads up, I'm going bigger. When I'm multi-way, I'm not dying to go mad. I could also be, maybe I'm starting to get a little monsters under the bed after like the most recent last 2 weeks of play.
yeah, I
I'm
mean,
not trying.
your range likes to bet small. This particular hand does not mind betting big. So that's all.
Yeah.
poker PSD is something you really are gonna have to be aware of if you're playing. It's 5 days a week.
Oh yeah, I'm very much am aware of it because I've just been getting wrecked. So maybe I'm a little bit nervous,
All right, let's see what they
especially
do.
multi-way.
All right, so this size is fine. I might go $50. Okay, we get the trapping. Okay, you get clicked
Okay.
to. This is really strong. You just
This is
check
really-
raised two people.
Right.
Yeah. So okay, so the rundown is that I think you can have some traps like over pairs, like aces and kings. I
Yep.
think he could still have queens within his range. I think that he has full frequency eights and sevens. I think that he is capable of doing this with a flush draw, and a he also can be overvaluing a hand like king queen. So that is his range, is what I think. But
Yeah.
what do you want to do here?
So
We do. I forgot to say this, Scotty. We do not have the queen. This is
We do
not
not have
correct.
three
There's a
diamonds.
diamond draw, but we do not have the queen of diamonds. Put it in.
Oh,
we
oh,
don't have the queen of diamonds.
we're
Sorry,
on the queen of
I
diamonds.
meant to say this when you said that, and then
Yep.
Larry said something, and I responded and forgot to tell you.
My
But we
bad.
do not have the queen of diamonds. We have
Right.
it's and this it might have been queen. I think it might actually have been queen of diamonds, seven of spades,
Right.
eight of diamonds,
Right.
and we have the queen of spades. So we have the back. We don't have backdoor or anything. We just have the
Right.
queen of spades.
Yeah. I want to.
You want to let me take my hand?
I want to
Yes,
let
Larry, go ahead.
Larry decide.
You want to correct any grammar or anything?
I think we fold. I think we fold, and we fold because it's multi-way. It's one thing if he check raises heads up.
Mm-hmm.
It's another if he check raises and he just doesn't give a fuck what this guy has.
I think I have to agree with you, and I think that should.
His bluffing frequency here is significantly smaller against two people And he doesn't give a fuck he's got someone who's behind him. He doesn't give a fuck he's got someone in front of him. He's just putting money in. I think we
Yeah,
fold. This looks like a set.
I agree with you. And the other thing too was that, and you know why another reason that I should already be folding is that when it goes check check and I bet this guy calls and I see him reaching for chips, I was already like, I thought he was just calling, and I was already like, "Oh, here we go. Like I'm about to be three ways and a three bet pot. This is already not ideal with top pair. I'm not dying to be here. When I get called next to act and called last to act, I'm already like alarm bells, and then I get raised instead. I should
And I mean, if
be
he's got like
super
nine,
alarm bells.
10 clubs, great. Nice hand, sir.
Yeah.
But this is, yeah, this is an underbluff spot multi-way.
Joey's folding here.
And this is where I say that it's not all run bad, it's bad play as well. As I think that I should be folding here. If this was heads up, I'd be more willing to call. When we are multi-way, I think that this is just always a fold. This guy called next to act in a three bet pot.
Yeah.
He limp called. He has a ton of sets. This guy. He has a ton of diamonds that just aren't folding. So he has a shitload of equity against me. At best, I'm sometimes beating king queen here and chopping with ace queen, and then
Yeah.
this guy's just running tons of free equity with diamonds or already flopped this, or he has a combo. So
Yeah, I mean, the way to think about it is just the equity of your hand is just shrunk. And it
yes, and
shrunk to less than 30%.
that's why I think that I can say that I'm not just bad, I'm also playing bad because I think this is an easy fold. And
So
What do you
call-
think, Scotty?
I think that Joey's already saying fold. And I think we should be very seriously thinking about the fold here, never raising him. And when we call, we're gonna fold a bunch of turns anyway.
my brain on this spot was already that if he jams turn, like I don't think I can call the turn if he jams.
No, yeah, you can't. And so I think
Es-
you can fold right
If
now.
he, especially if he calls behind.
Yeah. So let's see what happens.
If this guy calls you in a lot of, okay, yeah, you fuck me.
Oh, he did
No,
call.
I think for 20
Got it.
seconds and then I throw it away.
Right.
This guy called.
Great.
We
And
we're chopping with him, but I feel like I was partially correct in this spot.
Yeah.
Just the dynamic of having this guy be just tipping me like to
Well,
just get rid of
he
it.
is overvaluing ace queen here without, he never,
Oh, yeah.
he didn't have any redraw, right? He didn't have a redraw, no.
No,
Yeah,
no, he has no redraw.
he is overvaluing here.
yeah.
But
Yeah, and that's
It's the right
something I
thing to
know
get
about.
away anyway when multiple people are in the pot.
Yeah. I mean, because in my head, I'm like, I still have all the aces and kings here. And I was like, I think that's partially that he's just not good and he's not folding here.
One thing we didn't talk about, which I think is, um, what's the word? Not your instinct here, is when you re-raise and you get called in two places and you get this flopped, you're in position, right?
Yeah.
It's not the worst thing to check on flop.
I don't disagree. I considered a check. Also said there's a lot of hand target right now for value.
I like the bet.
And I'm not dying to give away free equity to Queen Jack, Queen 10, and like 10-9.
Yeah, betting is fine. Obviously, betting may be preferable, but the value of checking too is that these guys are gonna give you information on turn where they are.
Well, the other thing that's going through my head here is that if I bet here and I got called by just next act and the other guy folded, I'd probably bet the turn off. If I get called by both, I don't think I bet the turn, even on like the king, whatever it is, except for an ace. I probably don't bet the turn.
Yeah.
And even an ace, I don't even know if I'm dying to bet an ace because I'm well aware of the amount of sets range here.
Right.
So I'm like not like when I was thinking about it, as I called this guy's check raise, I was like, I really can't improve that much. I was like, I was already not dying to call there because I was like, what good card do I want to see? When this guy called next act with a set, and we get a queen, that's not good. And this guy, when I get an ace, I mean, I'm still chopping with his ace queen. I still lose all of his sets and all of his sets. So I'm like, what?
So
I think I
so
should have
it's
just been
not,
folding like right away because I was like, I can't even improve, and I don't think I have the best hand right now.
my
On
only
the
suggestion is don't overestimate how often they have sets. You flop a set 13% of the time. So 13% of the time, one of these guys is gonna have a monster. But
Yep.
it's not like he's, yeah,
It
I think
becomes a lot more likely in this configuration, though.
it does become more
When
likely when you
I
see
three
people.
bet get called next to act, this guy check raises, and then this guy calls. Now the the likelihood of one of them having a monster becomes extremely likely. It goes
show
from
me one thing. Show me one.
13% to a very high
It
percentage.
becomes extremely likely after check
Yeah.
raise call, and then this guy first to
The-
act smooth calls. It
Yeah.
becomes
yeah,
extremely likely
now
then.
it's very
Notice
likely that
what
there's a
is
monster.
interesting here is that it was a two-tone flop, right?
No, well, yeah, two-tone.
This guy with the set
Was not
he wasn't
afraid.
afraid of the flush coming in. He didn't give a
Well,
fuck.
he did. He then later on did check raise, but he wait on the turn. He did it, so he kind of did still what Hungry Horse says of like just waited until the turn. So I adjusted to him and started doing like I would double cap him and then blast him because I
Yeah.
knew that he was trapping twice and
Uh-huh.
then going crazy with his very. So I was able to exploit him very nicely later on by just double capping his range and then knowing that he just doesn't have. And the other thing that was really funny was that he was donking with like his strong top pair. So they're not the same as Nuffle. He was donking like very strong. It's like
Right.
he got three bet with ace king. He called flat calls ace king, and then the flop comes king high, and he just donked. So and he was doing that. Like I saw him do that a couple of times. So I was like, "You're donking
He
longer."
does not sound like a good
Obviously.
enough.
No, he's
Um,
very bad. He was very poor. He was limping. He was limping like
yeah,
when he raised hands, I just folded. Like he
yeah.
would.
All right,
The
so,
only hands I saw him
yeah,
limp jacks and queens. Like it was not.
show me let's go to the next hand, and then just so you know, I have two hands in a row that I want to show you if you have time before you go. If not, we'll do them on Friday. Specifically, I want you to see. All
We
right.
can do. That's.
Okay. Good. And then we'll go to Lewis's hands because I know Lewis has some hands. All
I,
right.
this is going to be an interesting hand for whoever gets to play it.
This is gonna go to Bub.
Bob, are you here?
Yes, now
I'm
I'm here.
trying to be a donkey. All right, you have ace king. You have two limps.
Okay, nice. So we want to raise here, and the sizing we would use is 21.
Sure. Sure.
Okay, so pretty much the same thing. It's not that big of a deal. I go bigger in my games. I get called a lot.
Yep.
I say a lot,
Yep. Clearly.
clearly.
Okay, two
So
carders. So I
I
guess
honestly think I
these
should be
guys can
going.
have suited hands, pairs, not too strong hands. They don't have pocket aces, pocket kings, pocket queens, I guess. So
I mean,
no jacks,
yeah, none of
no,
them have those hands. That guy that limps everything,
yeah.
he doesn't have it. Okay, so yeah, go to the flop. You brick out.
Okay, so this flop is actually not bad for the ranges I gave these people because they kind of suited connectors. And 10x is obviously in there. Now this guy in the
Okay,
middle bets a very
okay,
small
so
sizing.
quick. So this guy played with him for I've got 20 hours with. He donks. He is multi-way. When he flops monsters, he donks for very large sizes. When
Mhm.
he flops marginally made hands, he donks for small set or 10-9, something like that.
So 7-6 he would donk here.
Yeah, that's probably within his donk. 9-7, 8-7, 9-10, 8, all that stuff is within range. He does. I would say I'd reduce all the frequencies of.
Is he also donking draws or is this just
He would donk some draws from what I had seen. He's a little sticky, but if you tell him enough. But he that's his range when he donks. It's kind of like a knuffle range, like a normal knuffle range. But you do have a player to the back behind you, have ace king, and he will donk some draws.
Okay.
Information, do what you want.
And the guy who covers us, any infos on him? Because that would be more interesting right now.
The guy that covered.
The guy,
Oh.
is the guy who donked.
Oh. Actually, yeah, so I just fold.
I think that's reasonable. You could very well just fold here. I will explain why I called. I think that I'm ahead some portion of the time. I have equity to hit my overcards and definitely be good. And I think I can steal this from him often on streets. And this guy is going to tell us when quickly
Right.
he's very sure.
So
So it's not ideal, but
I think in theory this is always a call, but just when you just say, yeah, it's that guy and he has marginal value here, and also he's betting into 2 players. I don't know. It's tough because you are not closing the action. So let's say we
Sure.
call, and the other guy is raising for some reason.
Can we just
then-
fold?
hold, I'm out of there. I'm okay with losing my $20, but I think I'm gonna be able to steal this off.
Right. Remember, Bub, is that you said the thing you said, well, he's betting into 2 players, so that makes him stronger. And Brian has said, no, it doesn't. The
Yeah,
very-
that
If
is
he
true.
bet if he bet pot into 2 players, it would be an instant fold.
Right. The
Hmm.
very fact
Very
that
strong hand.
the very fact that this guy bets small tells you that you can take this, that as long as your call gets the first guy to fold, that you can take it away from him on the turn on the river. So you turn.
All
it-
right, well,
That's
okay,
right.
so that's
Call.
not what happened.
Right,
Okay,
and-
and we did some good Scotty things in
Yeah.
this spot too. This guy checks.
Mhm.
He bets 20. Before we do anything, I look at this guy.
Good.
He's out of the hand. He's not interested anymore. He's done.
Right.
I can tell very well from his body language. He doesn't care anymore. He's got his cards ready to go in the muck.
Right.
Now, what do we want to do? What is his
I
range here?
mean, no, it should be still something like 7, 8.
We want to raise.
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Bub's hand. Why am I talking?
yeah.
Here,
I
I'll mute myself.
think we want at least to continue, but yeah, if he has a hand like 7, 8 or something like this, raising looks very good here.
I mean, I think that his range here is a lot of 7, 8, 9, 7, 10, 8. He can have 4x here. And the thing is, if he has a 10 here, I don't expect him to fold right now. I mean, when I raise, I think he's going to call, and he will fold to me on the river very often. But yes, I think that with this guy, knowing this guy's out of the hand, and we put his range as being like 10x, not he is. I've completely removed all sets and 2 pair from his range. He can still have straight draws and all. He can still have 9 or 8, 9, all that stuff. So I'm gonna raise. Those are my reasons for raising here. Is that I think that with our stack depth, we can raise pretty big here and put a shitload of pressure on next and apply tons of pressure on them.
So if I would raise here, I just try to guess the raise sizing. I guess I would go for like 160, something like this, or maybe 180.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. I went smaller than that, but I didn't think he would go quite as big as I did. I went 140.
Mhm.
We want to put a lot of pressure on it. I think he's folding a 10 right now. He's a little sticky.
Yeah, because
did.
we won't have to have a chance to fold out a 10 on the river, right?
Yeah, that was part of why I didn't want to go much bigger. Is I was trying to I was estimating stack depth while we were sitting here. I was like, how big can I go here that I still have a pretty chunky overbet? I mean, I would like to have more of an overbet than this, but when you bet in this game, when you bet about $700, that's a big bet for this game. Not small. It's a 1-3 game. $700 bet.
And you want him to call this turn. You want him to call
Yeah.
this. Yep.
I mean, once we are here, we jam.
Yep. Well, nobody folded, but he didn't love it. Got
Right.
rid of it. We took it down. Good hand.
Nice.
We're happy with that. It's the only hand I'm winning currently.
Very nice. Yeah, I wouldn't have won that hand because I would have folded the flop.
I think folding the flop is also fine. It's not. You don't have to call there.
Yeah. So here's the thing about that I particularly love and that I want everyone to take away from that. You don't have to have the same opinion as Brian did about the guy's range because like Bub, he said, well, he bet into 2 players, so I think he's stronger. But if you have the opinion that Brian had, that this was the marginal part of his range and that he bets bigger with his strong hands, he then made his decision based on that. He believed what he believed and acted on it. And that's what I want us all to do. Let me know how much money it loses you, but that's what I want you all to do. And then you'll get to find out either one of two things. You'll get to find out that what you believed was wrong when he shows up with a set there, or when he calls you down with his 7, you'll go, well, I was right about his range, but I was wrong about how he'll act. And I want you to know which you're wrong about.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So here's the 2 hands in a row that I just want to show because I think they're very funny that they were right in a row.
Quick question about last hand there, Brian. Would you have slowed down on a club river?
I probably would have taken. I would have considered taking a middling side because I would say that we have some brick walls that we hit there where he does run into the flush. I think that now I'm only targeting like fold, and I don't think I need to go massive when the flush comes in and the queen's on the board. I don't think I have to go huge. So I would say I would be okay. I would take like I wouldn't be doing an all-in size in there. Or honestly, I mean like a jack would actually be really great for me because it gives me Broadway. Played some of his
Okay.
draws that do that. And some of his like Jack 10 and stuff like that makes 2 pairs, so I'd be able to go pretty big against that. But yeah, so I think that part of his range is a brick wall then. So I would say that the best size bluff is not going to be the all-in. And I would say that if what I'm targeting to fold at that point is his sticky 7x or sticky 10x that I'm on. And I don't need to go that big to make that probably go, a little bit smaller.
All right,
You
here we
go
go.
300 here.
You
Okay.
guys see the ace 10 right there, right?
Yep.
Okay, so Larry's had a hand, Bub's had a hand. So this one's going to go to Lewis if you're there.
I'm here.
Okay, Lewis, this is your hand. So ace 10, ace 10, low jack -2 in a straddle game.
Yeah, make it like 40.
Okay, I do 30. We get called in 2 places. Check to
All
you.
right. I'd probably check.
Okay, we check.
Yeah, king high board's not great.
Right.
Like,
Oh, and just
like
so
he's,
you know,
I mean, the stuff the guy flats with, if he's good, I'm assuming that means he's playing sensible ranges. So like, the stuff he flats with's gonna hit up that board a lot because it's gonna be like mostly like suited high cards and like pairs.
yep, he's a good enough player, and this guy's a bad enough player. Okay, here we go.
I think you can bet, but like
And
you're
it
kind of
checks.
bluffing.
Yep, it checks. already.
Okay,
So that's good.
right.
Hey, that's great. Now the bad
Um,
player bets out for 45 into a pot of 100.
I think I just call.
Okay, we do. Good player gets out of the way. The river is the jack. The pot is 192. The bad player bets 60.
So in what ways is he bad? Like
We don't know yet. Let me see if I have the note.
what he bet 60 into 190?
Yep, he bets 60 into 190. And let's see if I have let me see what note I have on what way that he is bad. Gotta move this away. I do not have it in my notes. He was just
I
one of
mean,
the,
what does bad mean? Bad means he might just fucking call ace queen because he doesn't know he's supposed to like squeeze here. Bad would mean he goes too small for value with value.
right.
Doesn't get a
And
max of his value.
He's
I
playing
mean,
too
I
many.
think I think bad means you're fucking beat here, and I don't know if he'll fold to a bluff, so I'll just fold in. Like even
Okay.
though the pot odds are good, like what do we? I mean, we don't expect to have pocket nines. Like fuck
Nope.
that.
Right.
we don't
Okay.
expect a call either.
Right, right, so this was the thing. He's playing too many hands. I think he can, he can certainly have a king here. But his size told me that he didn't like his king.
Oh yeah, I mean, um,
What is our general description of a bad player? Somebody that plays too many hands and plays far too face-up post. But my general
I
description.
mean, you can. I mean,
Yeah.
if you say to me he never bets his size with like two pair or better, then you can just raise him off a king. But like, what
Right.
king? Like king
that's what we try to-
nine?
So that's
I
what we
mean,
try
he's never folding two pairs. So like,
right. Yeah.
I mean, is he gonna fold king queen? Like he probably doesn't have ace king. I mean, you have to put him on like king nine, king eight, or king seven.
Mhm.
Um,
Yep. Yep.
so I mean, you can try and fold them, but like,
Right.
you
So if
know,
you're gonna try to
you're gonna have to go big though. You're gonna
right.
have to go
Wait,
like
For what
500,
size? What size are you gonna
like
have to go, do you think?
like
Lewis?
500.
500. Okay, so if you think 350 is not enough.
Mm, I
one
want more
question for
fold
you.
equity.
If you said you don't think he's ever folding king queen, you do think you can get him to fold king nine though. King eight, king seven.
Yeah. I'll tell you what hand he has. He has king 3.
Well, that's what I was gonna. But my question was like, if we never think we're getting him to fold king queen, I don't think we have
So
to
he
go
called
that big.
you. He called you then, yeah. You
Yeah.
picked the wrong customer.
Yeah, he has
Or
king 3. And do we think, and what side, so maybe it's just a bad idea to try to get him to fold king 3, which is the note that I have
yeah.
after this. Don't try to get this guy to fold king 3. But if you were trying to get him to fold exactly king 3, what size would you go?
I mean, that's just.
Before you know that 350 is not enough.
I mean, if you want guaranteed, they're gonna fold like. I mean, I think this is a good spot to go small with value, large with bluff. Like it's so, like it. I told you I don't like doing this, but I think this is yesterday. But I think this is a good spot to like with your value go like 250, with a bluff go like 400
Okay.
or
All right.
more.
All right. So
Or
here's our
more.
here's our one example for everybody that 350 is not enough against this player. We've all learned that, right? And he wins. And then here's the nice thing. The
50 is
very
usually enough there.
okay. As long as we do you guys think this is usually enough? So do you think that
I think you're close. I think it's in the 350 to 450 range.
Yeah,
You're
I
getting a
mean,
lot of his weak king X to fold.
all right. Yeah.
the thing is, you could just make money without having to do this. That's the thing. It's like there's nothing wrong with just folding, when you think he's got top pair.
Yep, there's nothing wrong with folding. My thought was that this hand that I can easily have exactly ace queen here and play it exactly this way. That's completely believable.
Yeah, bad guy probably thinking what you have though.
Yeah, but he was right. So the very next hand, not the same guy, but the guy saw it because the table said something about this. There was some discussion of his call right there. Right? And this is why it's so funny to me. This is the next hand. Let me move you guys out of the way. And this one goes to Mike. But you guys are in the way of it. Here we go. Here's Mike. All right. You have king 4 suited.
It's not okay.
All right, here we go. King 4 suited. The button raises. What would you like to do when it gets folded to you, Mike, with king 4 suited off the button? And do we have a Mike yet?
Mike's not even here anymore, is he?
Oh, he was here. Oh, we lost Mike. Okay, we lost Mike. So this goes to, that was just Lewis. So this is going to go to Rob. Has not gotten a hand yet. Rob, what would you like to do with king 4 suited? 2, 3, 4. All right, this is going to go to Skate.
I got it. I'm sorry.
All right, Rob.
Sorry,
king 4 suited.
my bad. I couldn't unmute it.
Okay, what would you like?
I would fold it. Sorry.
Okay, let's take a look at that. So in a 2 blind game, Button raises. Now you guys are in the way of this.
Oh,
So-
that was straddle. My bad.
Yeah, we're in the straddle.
Okay, maybe I'd call
So a
then.
button raise in a two blind game, king four suited is never a fold. Just not even close
Okay.
against the
Yeah.
button.
Then I didn't realize the straddle. I'd call. Is call appropriate? Is that what it
Yes.
says?
All very
Okay.
good. Yeah.
Okay,
This is the
yeah.
one- okay. Yeah, all the
Yeah.
way down to this in a two blind game. He went to 3, so let's do a 3 size here just for fun. And you'll see we still not folding. We're doing a slightly different. We're folding some of the 10s now.
Yeah.
not-
No.
When he goes to 3, we don't call the 10s, but we're not calling it. We're not, I mean, 10 king 4 is well away, well in the
Right. I was trying to find my mic. I didn't see the straddle. Yeah.
Yep, we
Yeah.
call.
Call.
Right, good. Ace jack 4, we check.
Check.
He bets 35. You have a backdoor flush to go with your shitty 4. You have a backdoor straight to go with your shitty 4.
Sympathy. I I think I would just call and get more information.
Yep. Yeah. Your king, if you hit your king, you can't be guaranteed that you have the best hand, but you probably do.
Yeah, I could be in a pickle if I hit my king.
Good. You
But-
could. And if you hit your flush, runner, you could be beat, but it's not likely. All right. So here we go. We call. We bink this. Check. I'm sorry. What do you want to do?
No, I'll check.
We check. He bets 45 into 137, so he bets small.
I might go like 77% now. I'm
Mm.
sorry, I can't do that because it's live. My bad.
Just ask the dealer what 77%.
Right, exactly. All right. So what size do you want to go? You wanna call- So I'm assuming you're check raising when you said that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
used to buttons.
Right.
Oh, overbet. Wow. Actually an overbet's interesting. I like that. Yeah, like 150, 140, 150.
Right. So we check raise to 150.
Okay, right. Yeah, perfect.
Right. We get the call.
Okay.
9.
Oh, a nine's nice.
Mhm.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of his range here. I think we get away with 400. I think we get a call with the 400.
Excellent. Now,
Um,
but remember what happened in the hand before. This is the very next hand. This is why I bring this up.
I was in and out of. I was still trying to like get in the meeting, so I missed a lot of it.
The hand
Yeah,
before,
call it off.
I
Call it
was
off with
caught
king
bluffing.
3 top pair.
I was caught bluffing in the hand, in the exact hand before.
Oh, yeah. So what did you bluff that time?
I bluffed.
Did you overbet?
I raised bluffed the river. A guy bet 40, a guy bet 60, and I raised it to 350. So nice. And,
Was that over the pot?
yes.
Oh, well, yeah, then do that again. Yeah, like 500, 550.
Jam.
600, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Sorry,
jam.
I missed that part, my bad. But yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. Good
Right.
call.
Right. So I jam.
Yeah.
And I remember exactly what I did because it was the previous hand when I bluffed. When I bluffed, I don't always do the same thing, but what I did was I watched soccer. There was soccer on and I just watched the soccer.
Oh, nice. Yeah, do the same thing. That's awesome.
Okay.
That's
I did that.
really that's a cute, man.
Yep. The other thing I did was that's what I meant, Skate. That's why I brought this up. The other thing I did was I pictured my hand was a jack. I pictured jack 10.
I do the same weird shit. Yeah.
I didn't try to look scared. Or
Right.
anything.
Right.
I said, I have jack 10. Please fold.
Right.
Fold. And my body, in my opinion, from being the method actor I am and the 40 years of Strasbourg training, I believe that my body responded to it. I could feel my temperature go up and I gulped involuntarily.
Yeah, yeah. If you put yourself on a jack, yeah,
Yep.
I do
And
the same exact thing. No, that's perfect.
Yep.
Especially if you went back to soccer. That's
Yep.
genius.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And I
Maybe
called.
it didn't work, but like,
Yeah.
I
Yep.
mean,
Exactly.
it's
And he called, and he was disgusted, and he left.
Do do like next time, just start peeing yourself at the table.
Yeah. Exactly.
So like
And
when they just see a puddle dripping below you, they're going to be pretty convinced. Oh,
exactly.
fake.
So just
be on
make
the nailer.
your eye bleed.
Yes.
The tell. So anyway, so those were the two things. There was just being aware of the table dynamic. I was still going to bet the river. There's no question, but it was the size.
Go
And
back to the turn format, please.
say what?
You go to the turn for me, please.
You don't know what he had then, right, man?
Yeah, nice. We assume.
Would
Oh,
you
okay, okay,
one?
okay.
Why not go a little bit bigger here?
Um,
He was capped out, right?
no, be, so I could go a little bigger here. But I wanted the river to look like the other river.
Okay. It's
Yep.
just like
But
if we make it a little bit bigger, we have a nice.
yeah, we have a nice smooth one if we go a little bigger. Absolutely.
I thought you put him all in with that, honestly, so I missed that part.
I did put them all in. I put them all in here.
Oh.
Yeah, 600 was all in. That's
Oh,
what,
on the turn, Brian's saying
yeah. No,
to
Brian's saying go a
yeah,
little bit bigger on the river.
bigger on the
I don't
river
have to
and on the
overbet.
turn. Okay.
Overbet. Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
And let's see. Is he going to fold so he's calling all his aces here because even his bad kickers chop with me. So I don't think he's folding any aces here. Is he calling a jack here?
Well, when we decided check raise, I think we're kind of
We're saying we
if
have
he,
an ace.
yeah, but if he calls here, like we're not getting money from him on the unless he's just completely, absolutely no idea how to fold.
What you're saying? If he calls here, we're not getting money on the river, or if he fold?
When he calls here with a jack, we're not getting money on the river. So,
Right,
like,
right.
I'm saying that we just think that we don't get that many more folds by going slightly bigger here from a jack if we think a jack's gonna call. So if we go, and how often is he betting a jack 2 times here?
So my thought is here's my thought about it, which is given the bluff on the previous hand, I wanted this size to be. I wanted him to stick around with a jack here. I think most of his range is ace, right?
Yeah, it's okay. So we go, and we think that his jack folds to 200, not 50.
Yeah, yeah. I think that right around there is gonna be the jack pain.
But it just reduced a lot of it when he bets
Yeah,
on the ace high board.
I agree. But
Reduce a
also,
lot of his jacks.
but look at his size, 45.
Yeah, yeah. I think in position he checks a lot. Jack.
Yeah, yeah, he can. So I think, but remember, against the ace, I still have another street. So it's like this. Get called. This is the thought. Don't know it's great. So the thought is get called by a jack.
You know what? I agree with you now.
Fold.
Actually agree with you because we said that he's not this guy. We don't think he's capable of folding top.
Right. Get
So
called.
if he's not capable of folding top pair, we target the jack for one more street, and then we get the money.
Right.
I think
And
I
by the
agree
way,
with you.
he is capable of folding the ace. He thought for a long time. He tanked for a long time, but he didn't do it. So yes, if I've gone to 200 here, it's much easier to get the ace to call on the river. The ace is just fuck it. Right. But then I don't get any money from the jack. So that's the thought.
Like it.
And also, we don't know he had an ace. For all we know, he had a jack and bluff caught. But I don't believe it. I think he had an ace.
Yeah, I mean,
I think he had an ace.
is he the player that you have just marked as we don't bluff this? We feel very thin with
No.
value.
No, he's not the guy. He's not the same
Wait.
guy we thought. It would have been great if it was the same guy.
Oh, it wasn't the same guy? I thought
No.
this was the exact same guy you just bluffed.
No, it's the next hand, but it's not the same guy.
Oh, okay, then I don't even think I care about any of that shit then. I mean, I think it matters that you were caught bluffing, but I still don't think he's going to be bluff catching light enough with a jack.
Okay.
Is he an idiot? Like, is he a bad player? Not an idiot. Is he a bad player? The guy you're playing against.
This guy, he's not good, but he's not
It
bad.
sounds like you knew he was paying attention though.
He definitely was. He definitely saw the
Right. Right.
Okay, I mean,
He wasn't on his phone during the previous hand. He was in the.
okay.
He was involved. He was involved in the seeing me lose.
Yeah, because you said there was a lot of discussion, right? So I assume he was in on that.
He was aware of it.
That's a lot of tells, yeah.
I thought we were talking about the exact same guy.
No, not the same guy. All right, moving on. All right, so that's what we got. Let's go to Lewis.
See you guys, I gotta go play.
Okay.
All right.
All right. All right. Mm.
And the next hand is going to Skate.
Aces, kings.
Oh, King 7 suited with a post.
Okay. You got a poster,
Hmm.
right? Poster on your. That's the one big blind.
Yeah.
Okay, king 7. We're gonna let us open, and because we have the poster there, does that change our? I don't think it's gonna change anything at all, right? It's not gonna change any that dynamic. Should we go larger because of the extra
Yes.
lines? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So let's go 3.5. I'm assuming 4.
Sure.
Oh,
Sure.
three-
Right.
3.5. All right. Um. hmm. Well, when you call for well, first of all, we don't even know what the big blind is gonna do.
No, the big blind's already folded. We raised.
Oh, okay.
We 3-bet. We got 3-bet by the button, and it's back on
Oh,
us. Everybody's folded.
exactly. Thank
Your
you. Yep.
heads up.
So yeah, you're right. Yeah. So to call here with the flush draw, we would need what, like 10 times our stack and raise, or
Oh,
is it
yeah.
or is it 15?
He's got it. He's got it. I mean, it's 4 point. Yeah, it's cost you 4.5, and you've got twice that. You got 20 to 1 on that money.
I forgot what the number is, but
Yeah, to the non-nut
why
flush
not?
draw.
Call, right? Call.
So, Skate, assume that he had raised not to 8, but he'd raised 3x your size, which is 10.5. Then what would you want to do?
Probably start
Or-
folding.
Yeah, this is a great fold. If the only reason to consider calling here is because he made it so small. That's what-
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
that's
he has very solid stats, right?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, very tight stats. It's not
Yeah.
even solid. It's like very tight. But he's
Yeah,
3-bets.
good point. I didn't see the stats. Yeah, because like Scotty said, this size is pretty much like almost like double, pretty much.
Yeah. So that's the only reason that you're considering calling. King 7 here is a fold to it, to any normal. In every solver, King 7 is going to be a fold to this 3-bet.
Yeah, and that player looks pretty like a standard player on the button. So you called, I assume.
Yep. So Lewis called.
Oh, lose.
And if you had folded, it can't be a mistake to fold here, even to this size, just to fold to the motion. But yeah,
I mean,
exploiting his mistake, I think this deserves a call.
folding well,
And then you got
actually,
exactly what you didn't want. Okay, great.
I would not fold against the button with the King 7.
Oh, you wouldn't
know.
if you'd gone through the normal size?
No, yeah, I would fold
let me show
to the normal size.
Okay, let me show you what it looks like to a normal size real quick. I'm going to steal the screen and you'll get it right back, Lewis. Okay. So just to remind everybody, here we go. He was so you were in hijack or low jack? Where were you? I think you were.
Probably low jack, 6-handed, I think.
Yeah. So we went to 3. The button goes to 10 off this, and your King 7 is so out of there. Look at it.
Out of there.
All this is out of there. You're not. This is. I mean, look at this. This is all out of there to a normal size. But he went to significantly less than this, and I think exploitatively, you can make the call. You might have been in the hijack. I'm gonna let Lewis grab it back. But even in the hijack, let's look at it the same thing. Hijack, back on you. All this folds. All right,
Yeah.
here we go. Let's go back to Lewis now. Grab the screen, Lewis. So you check, he bets a third of the pot.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure calling.
Yep, I think you got to lose 5 more big blinds and fold on the turn if he keeps betting. Oh, look at the sizing. Oh, I hate this guy so much.
10, 20, 30, small. I'm gonna raise to 35.
Okay. And you're raising based on his size. Is that what you're seeing? You're saying that this
Yes.
size is
Raising to 40.
okay. That's so irrelevant. Your hand is irrelevant. It's his size. Okay. Take the read.
Yeah,
Let's go.
actually, because it's 2 flush draws, I'm probably just gonna go.
Right.
It's a cash game, so we can go all in if
Right.
we want.
And you're bluffing. We just want to make it clear, right? You're bluffing with 5 outs. Okay.
Well,
You're
actually,
70.
with that being said, we probably don't need to go so big all in. Yeah, we are bluffing, but
Yeah.
we're just trying to get ace highs, better king highs to fold, maybe single pocket pairs.
Right. So maybe what you want to do here, if you're going to do that, maybe what you want to do is to make this the most frightening and is not jam on him, but is to make it a 2-street bluff. Now let's see what the sizing it leaves you with, whether you can get away with it. If you go up to, let's go smaller than that, just to imagine it. If you go to 24,
30.
let's just do 24 for a second. If you go to 24, the pot will be 75 and you will have 60 left. You will not have a big enough bet left to really convince a queen to fold.
Yep.
You'll have good motion. You know, the check raise and then the jam is a good motion to tell him his queen is not good. But you don't have enough chips to keep him from going, fuck it. If you got it, you got it. And so maybe you can't get away with that line. So those are the things to consider. The fact that you see this bet is weak and that you want to act on it, I like. But you may not be able to do it that way. But you can do it by check raising enormous. You can do a ridiculous check raise jam here. And that's scary. I just don't think you can spread it out over two streets effectively. Unless, what if you go really small? What if you go to like 20? If you go to 20, the pot will be 69 and you will have 67 left. That's pot size. So if you want to take your line, I think you go to 20.
Now I would have a problem for the same reason he's betting small. Why are we raising to 20?
Because we have queen 9. Because
we
we
would
pocket 7s or pocket 3s, and we are trying to keep him in here. But it is a little weird with the 2 flush draws that we're only
and a lot of straight draws. I feel like it's pretty hard to represent something like a set on the river when we go like 20 on the turn.
Yeah, we would probably go bigger. So that's a little it makes it's a tough one there. All right, let's see what Lewis did. But Skate likes the check raise here based on going off his size. And I like that. Just folded. Totally reasonable. What do you now, Lewis?
Yeah, we're out of position.
Lewis, tell me one thing here. Tell me what you thought of his size. Because I agree that folding to the second bet was good. Did you think his size was keeping you in?
Well, I thought if he had a draw, he'd bet bigger or check back.
And if he had a queen, you think he would bet bigger against the double draws there?
Well, what is his small bet range? I think it's probably something better than King 7. And my hand playability, like, say I call, like, it's just basically
I think
the amount of good rivers are just not. What's a good river like? Like, there's like
7.
Yeah. Yeah,
seven
like
river and a king is,
yeah, well, so like
Yeah.
two. I mean, 1-7 maybe,
Right. Yeah.
like a seven and a king. Like the king's
No,
not
I'm
even
with
that great.
No, I'm with you. I think you're beat here a lot of the time. I'm just saying, what do you think his small bet represents in his range?
I don't know, maybe like queens, like a set of queens or something.
Really? You think a set of queens wants to play slow here when the back door comes in? He wants to play it light?
Uh,
Would you? That doesn't mean everybody thinks like you, but would you? We'll never know because we don't know his hand.
I don't know. I usually no, I don't bet this small on double flush board.
Exactly.
No.
And that's the thing that Skate picked up on.
But the thing is, the guy can just take a river, so that's why I'm like, you know, if he's got a weak hand, he can just check back. If he's got a draw, he just wants to take his equity, he can check back. I
Right.
find it hard to know what like to be honest, I have no idea what he puts into this weird size.
Right.
But you
Um,
just mentioned
Ace X.
basically what he should have here, right? Weak hands or draws. So I mean, bluffing here makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he has a draw.
Jack, 10.
Why would a draw put money in like for this sizing? I don't get it. I mean, he could have a draw, but I don't think so. I think he's got like
Okay.
a pair of some sort.
Yeah. But I don't think it's ace queen. I don't think it's ace queen and king queen here for this size.
I mean, I'm gonna have so many better defense, but I'm basically at the bottom of my equity range, you know? If I sorted all my hands into like how much equity my hands have, this would be near the bottom, I think. So then I fold.
Okay, good enough. Good enough reason.
Does
All
that
right.
is that yeah, that's a good reason, Scotty?
Yeah, yeah. It's that's a good enough reason. And then the question is, how much do you trust your ranging of him based on the small size? If you don't have a strong opinion, and you said I don't know, then this is the right play.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, the only worst hand I can have is maybe like, I mean, even if I floated with like ace jack diamonds, like I'm fucking not folding. So like
Right.
my like floats with diamonds, I'm still
Yeah.
cool in. My
Yeah.
my flush draw, like I'm gonna have loads of flush draws here, which I could consider raising as a bluff. And like realistically, like what's the worst hand I have? Like pocket sixes with a club, pocket fives with a club. Like I don't even know, I might not even call those out of position,
No,
against this guy.
You just fold.
It's going to be
Um,
indifferent.
No, pocket
So
fives and pocket sixes with a club to the small bet. You could call one bet. You could call.
yeah. So I'm literally at the bottom of my equity, pretty much.
Yeah, you're at the bottom of your equity, but he's giving you information, and the question is, what do you think about that information? And yours was, I don't think very much about it, and that's fine. But if you have the opinion that Skate had, which was that this is a weak bet, then the exploit is my hand doesn't matter, his cards do, and can we win? But it's tough in this 3-bet pot. But also, his hands that do this are hands like Jack, and 10. So you got to get Jack, and 10 to fold.
Yeah.
They may, but that's, we don't think that, I mean, yeah, it could be ace king and it could be very easy. Sure. You might get lucky with that, but I don't think so. All right.
I think Boozer wanted to say something, but before that, yeah, I was gonna ask you, Scotty. I mean, can we make an argument of like, especially if we're gonna be playing against these players regularly, that there's something to be said about seeing a showdown, so you could act on that information in the future because
No,
you should
absolutely
be
not.
treating each
100%
player.
no. 100% no. And here's
Oh
why.
no.
You get free
Okay.
showdowns when other people call them down. That's where you get your information from, the hands you're not in. Anytime somebody says pros sometimes call to see what you had, fuck that. Not good pros. Good pros would look at the rest of the hands and see what you had when someone else puts the money in. That
That's
money,
right. I
that
forgot.
information is always available. All right, here we go.
It
Thank
you,
sounds like copium from a bad reg.
Yeah. It's something you hear on TV. It's just not, I don't believe it. And if it's true that pros do it, then I think they're making a mistake because that information is just sitting out there all pink and naked.
Yeah.
You don't have to be the one in the hand to get it. All right. Ace jack, this goes to me. I get a hand. All right. Let's open ace jack. We called. Let's check second pair and check with the intent of calling. He's only got 31. We are not folding very often. We are going to call this absolutely. Okay, the 8 comes. We're going to check. If he bets big, we are going to fold. He bets small. We are just going to stay in there and call. All right, here we go. 7. We check. He bets small. Fine. He's gonna have a bad king and he's gonna beat us a lot of the time. But we only need to be right 1 out of 5 times. We have to be right that he does this with a jack. And I believe that 1 out of 5 times we win this hand. Call. Great. He had a bad king. Could we
Yeah,
have bluffed him off that king in another world? Sure, but not given the number of chips he had.
yeah. I mean, I hate these fucking spots, man. Because like,
Yep.
it could just be 100% a king or better. You know, like, is it like a
You think it's 100% king or better?
Well, we'll never know, but like, it's a.
No,
I mean,
I don't.
I feel
I
like.
don't.
I mean, we'd have to filter our databases how much we win against these. That's the
Yeah.
only way to know how much you win against the
Yep.
small bet on the river from imposition. Maybe
Yep.
that's one you should look at, Scotty.
I think on the river, you still beat some jack X you could bet, like queen
don't-
jack.
He
And
triple barrels a jack on this run out. I think
yeah, I
that's
mean, look at the
optimistic.
sizings. It's like super small.
Probably
He's
not.
just betting 3, 3, 5.
Yep.
I say he
Well,
can
look at it
have
this way.
queen jack here. Why not?
He bet a
Oh.
bad king this way. So if he bets a bad king, how much worse is a medium jack than a bad king? It's 1 rank worse. That's all.
So I would just
Skate
feel
says
like
the jack is by the river. They may, but
I just feel like I got owned.
did you got
You didn't. You didn't.
you got owned for
didn't.
11. You got owned for 11 big blinds.
Yeah, but do you get what I mean? These
I
pots are
do.
annoying.
I do. It's very annoying. I expected to lose.
I
When the
just
8
think
came,
it's
yeah. When the 8 came, I expected to lose. But the bet of 3.
if I fold, would you shout at me for folding?
No.
Okay.
But Larry would say
That makes me think it's close and
it is close.
either's an all right option.
Yeah, but let's say you fold it here. Larry would then say, but pot odds exist.
And I would
And you
shout.
would say I'm beat. And then Scotty would say, yes, of course you're beat, but how often are you beat? Give me a number. And you would say
And then
most.
we'll never know. And then we'll
You
never
would
know.
say most of the time, and I would say most is not a number. Give me a number. And when you say 90% of the time, I'll say then fold. And when you say
Yeah.
75, and when you say 75% of the time, I'll say then call.
Yeah. And then look, we're not gonna get into that.
Yeah, I mean that's the story. And I believed that we were beat 75, 80% of the time. And 80%, and the cutoff was right at 80. And I thought, it's about 75, 80. So I called. And if it's 90, that's a losing money play. And
Scotty,
if
man,
it's
I feel like you
75
deserve another hand. That was quite boring.
there we go. All right. Up next is Larry. Larry gets aces.
I like aces. I think we'll open aces to 2.5 big blinds. Interesting. All right. It's quite a dry texture. I don't think we need a slow play against two people. I think we raise to 10 to 12 big blinds.
Okay, before you do that though, what would Joey say right now?
I'm super scared here.
Super scared.
I'm super scared at this point already.
I'm not calling this a slow play, but go on. Larry, what would Joey say? Let's say it out loud for everybody.
When two people are interested in the pot and all you have is a pair, it's not good enough.
Yep. A 1 pair doesn't win very often by the river. But look at this board.
I know.
I look at this board. There's no 2 pair on this board.
Very strange.
There's no yeah. So I'm just saying I'm not saying you should fold. I'm just saying don't call it a slow play. You're hanging on by your fingernails with aces. What are you doing?
I would raise to about 10 to 12 big blinds.
All right. There you go. Okay. Now what?
I think that we can small bet, check back, turn, check back flop on river, or we can check. So our small bet would be about the same size as what we used before, about a pound.
And then if he raises you, you fold, right?
If he raises us, we would fold, yes.
And then on the river, we check back. Okay. Check is great, is a great way to do it too.
That's a really horrible run out. But I think we shove.
Because he has a queen and we have the ace of spades.
We have the ace of spades.
You think he's gonna fold a queen for 50 more?
No, but I think it's our best play.
Okay.
That's not the best play if you think he's not going to fold.
Yeah. I don't
That's
think
objectively the worst play.
I don't think he's folding.
All right, then what do you do, my friend?
I muck it.
Well played.
Yeah.
I
the
can't
spade-
put him on a bluff, and I
And
can't
by the
put
way,
him on
this is
what-
poker. There is nothing objective about what we're doing here.
No, there is
Everything
nothing.
is subjective.
Everything
I
is
mean,
horrible.
I mean, when you said, "Oh, it's objective of your theory that he's not going to fold trips." So you should objectively not.
You don't know this guy.
No, you don't know.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't have the.
But here's what you do. Here's what you do know. Your representing the spades doesn't look particularly believable when you
Of
check
course, it's a
back.
bad play. Of course.
But we don't know that he's doing any hand reading. But if you were here on a hand that had spades in it, which can't be a queen, and it's got to be ace king of spades, you had to raise ace king of spades on 5-8 queen, not very believable, and then check when you picked up your spade.
Do you know what's worth noting as well? Like,
That's if he's
what
thinking.
what gets here, which is a bluff. It's a fucking 8 or a 5, and what did Mr. Big Blind probably call with and fold? Probably an 8 or a 5. Which if he was ever going to bluff here, that kind of reduces bluffs. If you somehow bet with an 8 and then call a raise.
Now, what other hand? Now let's look at die. Die donks out. When die bets pot here, we fold. When die bets 5 here, we call. When die bets half pot here, what is die bluffing with at half pot? 9, 10.
I'd love to hear a bluff, Scotty. I'd love to hear one.
Yeah, I think the problem is to find bluffs here. They are non-existent. And now the only
Six,
question I
seven,
would have here is what value do we beat?
No value.
Is there any value for some reason we can see that we can beat?
No, there's no value we beat.
What about pocket nines? Could he actually think pocket nines is good to value bet here?
7-6 suited.
Right, that's what I was saying. 7-6, 7-6 of not spades, 7-6 of clubs.
Yeah, he's blocking us. He's trying to bluff off aces.
Yeah, that's not what's happening. Because we raised him there. Yeah, I don't think that's happening. But this is the size. But if it is happening, this is the size. Yeah, we only bet a king, but it's hard for him to get here with a king because he had to bet a king on the flop. He had to bet a king on the flop and call the raise. So what king can do that? King 8, which is just weird, which knows that it's not 2-pair anymore. Yeah.
I mean, king 8 could actually value bet here, right? That would make sense.
But look at it. So king 8 bet. So he bets out second pair,
Mm-hmm.
calls a raise,
Mm-hmm.
and then when he gets his king, decides to bet it out there, knowing that it isn't 2-pair, it's just a king.
It's still 2-pair. It's kings with queens.
Yeah.
So he just beats. Let's say we have pocket jacks. He beats us.
He's pocket jacks now. And how often do we raise pocket jacks on queen 8-5 and not just call?
Yeah. I'm just throwing out ideas.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice when we have the all cards face up because then that's when the game is objective, when we can look and say, this is what he actually had. This is what they actually did. I think you're beat here most of the time. More than 75% of the time. Probably. Probably, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take that as this was I played this hand
You played it fine.
pretty
Yeah,
much almost perfect, probably.
Yeah, I think so. It's pretty
had
hard
to-
to find bluffs.
yeah. I mean, if you had to make a decision between the two, between calling and folding, and it was close, call with the ace of spades and fold without it. Because that at least eliminates one class of hands that he probably doesn't have. But I mean, if you need a deciding point, if you were gonna flip a coin, don't fucking flip a coin, call with the ace of spades. Give yourself a reason. But you didn't need to flip a coin. All right, this is that was Larry. This is Bub.
Right.
Next one is Mike, if Mike is still here.
I get 3-bet. I have ace queen offsuit. Okay, I'm not sure what we should do here in the small blind. So, can anyone help me out with cash game in this spot?
Yes,
I would.
four bet.
I would probably call here oftentimes.
Here, I'll help you out like this.
No, I can get a chart up.
Okay,
let
put
me-
it up there. Put it up there.
This is a good refresher.
Yeah.
I mean, I think studying blind v blind's good. Others might be
Right.
like, it's a waste of time.
Right. No, not at all. So if you raise this in the low jack and the big blind re-raises you, you fold. If you raise this in the small blind, you 4-bet this, I believe. This is a very common 4-bet. Here we go.
Oh, you 4-bet the offsuit and you call the suited? Is
Oh,
it like this?
Yeah, look at this. Yeah, exactly. Look at that. Yeah, ace queen is
Yeah.
way high up in your range compared to this. Now, just for fun, for the refresher, let's make our raise come from hijack or low jack. And then he 3-bets us, same thing. And we fold.
Yep.
Right, so there you go. All right. Yep. Mike says versus a good player, this is a 4-bet. And against a bad player, it's a 4-bet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I want to call. Is that insane?
This is insane. Hey, you were 4-bet bluffing.
Then I don't want to call here, please.
Right. And here's how you know you were 4-bet bluffing. It was the bottom of your 4-bet range, right? We didn't do it with ace jack.
Oh, didn't we?
No.
Oh, then
Ace-
I watched wrong somehow. I thought
we did-
ace
no, we
jack
did
was and ace
sometimes.
10.
Oh, we did do
Ace
it to
10
some.
was in there. Ace
Right.
jack was in
You're right.
there.
I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I'm wrong. Let's find out. I'm folding it. Let's see what the solver does.
I mean, look at his completely unrealistic.
Pure call. Give me the pure call.
Look at his completely unrealistic range as well.
Right.
So what do we do against the complete unrealistic range?
This range
We
is-
mix. We mix.
Ah, here we go. Caught it.
Yeah, we mix against, but that's against. Look at the small blind range. Look at the small
Yeah.
blind.
Yeah, I understand.
I mean, I can move between like. Do you want the normalized or the unnormalized? What do people prefer?
Unnormalized. I want to see what they actually, how often they have that nonsense. All right, they're in with those bluffs very rarely. So this is realistic. This is somewhat realistic, except that you don't ever do it with aces, which I don't believe. All right.
So it's
What
in.
did you do?
Wait. So what is it? How much does it make? I mean, it says it's losing money here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that's accurate or not. I mean, probably is actually.
So, Bub, I want to point out I was wrong. I thought the ace queen was near the bottom of it, and therefore you had to fold it, and it isn't. It's the ace jack and the ace 10 that are the pure folds, and ace queen is the cusp.
It's the boundary. But in 20 NL, I mean,
Yeah,
I've called off with ace queen before here, and it's like these guys definitely over jamming the aces as well compared to GTO, I think,
Yes.
which makes it even worse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have no problem folding here because if I think about it, it's like, yeah, it's true. Who is actually four betting, right? You
Yeah.
were, if you think about four bet bluffing, that's not a thing in these stakes oftentimes. Probably.
All right, let's not fold the kings in this situation though.
So who's next?
After Bob, it is Rob. Unless Mike. No, Mike said he can't. Mike says he's in and out. Okay, so it's Rob. Unless this is a moment that Mike is in. Rob, 2, 3, 4, turn on your mic.
I mean,
Okay, we got
Mike said versus this player in the HUD, I would full bet and get it in. My counter to that is just because
Look at his HUD.
I mean, my counter is just because they free bet wide doesn't mean they're five bet getting it in wide. That's
right, and
that's my counter.
And his fold to 3-bet is 100%. Oh, go back to the guy. Let me see the guy's HUD stats. We're on the wrong hand.
I closed the hand, so I need to go back.
And I want to be
this
honest
one.
with Mike. I didn't look at his HUD stats, and I should have. So well played, Mike. Much better played than me. All right. He's got a 3-bet of 16. He's got a fold to 3-bet of 63. And his VPIP and his PFR are the same, and they are reasonable. So this is a reasonably aggressive, good player. His stats look pretty darn good.
Yeah, but just because he free bets decently doesn't mean he five bets decently. That's a massive mistake to make.
Yeah, I was just saying that if there were stats that somebody who has who has a 3-bet of 2, this is a trivial fold. All right. Anyway, Rob is back. Give Rob his kings. So let's see. Mike says, versus the player in this HUD, I would 4-bet and get it in. All right. We'll never know if you should.
All right, 2-5.
Yeah. What size would you like to bet?
Oh, I was thinking a little smaller, but that's yeah, I would either go that range or like 2-5, 2-5 or 4-5.
Yeah.
So yeah, 4-5 is good.
Okay. And looking at blue nuts there, do you think that his range looks more like a solver's small blind range or a solver's big blind range, given that he called?
That's a good question. I don't know. Explain that to me, please.
Okay. So here's the solver's small blind. I'll steal the screen for a second. I'll give it right.
Sorry.
It's okay. So, what position did you raise from, Lewis? You were hijack? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So hijack raise. So here's a hijack raise. Here, okay, I need one where the small blind has calls. So here we go. Here's a hijack. Here is a fold. Here is a hijack raise. Come on, small blind, give me some calls. So this is a solver's small blind calling range. Ace queen off, and then the fringes of the suited stuff in pairs, right? So this is what his calling range looks like. It's almost no hands, and it's these hands only. This is what the big blind's calling range looks like. Tons of shit, right?
I see.
We have found that people who in general call from the small blind do not have a range that looks like this. They have a range that looks a lot more like this. They're just playing as I'm in the blind, I've already got money in. They're way wider than they should be, in this offsuit stuff. They're playing more like this. So
You're putting him in that category with his VP because it was like 22.
That's what I'm asking. I'm saying now, I'm going to stop sharing, Lewis, go back to the guy. I'm saying, given this guy's stats, do you think that that this is closer to a small blind range or a big blind range? The truth is
Small blind.
I do too, because of his 3-bet of 3.
Right.
3-bet of 2. I think that the hands that should be 3-betting from the small blind, he's calling with. So I think, I don't think this is a small blind range, but I don't think that this is a pure big blind range. With a VPIP of only 20 at 336 hands and him never 3-betting, he's just passive. He just doesn't have the 3-bet. So I think that this is, I don't think that this is a super wide big blind range.
Well, when we were on the flop and I was like debating between like a 2.5 and 4.5, which is what he did. What would be correct if he's in the small blind range like we put him?
I would like the bigger bet here, and here's why.
Okay, okay, good.
He's got absolutely no draws to call with, right?
Right.
So he's going to be folding here all the time. He's just folding all the time, unless he has a queen or a pocket pair.
Well, we want him to fold. I thought we
No,
didn't want him to fold post flop.
Right. Right. But what I'm saying is we don't have a draw to drag along here. We don't have
No,
matchups
that's
to
true.
with him. So let's just target the part. He's going to fold here. 80% of the time we're getting a fold here.
Right. And you're okay with that.
Right. I'm okay with that. We're going to get that. So of the
Okay.
20% that calls, it's a queen and it's pocket pairs, and they'll call more than the small bet. So let's bet more than the small bet. That's what I like about it.
I like it. Right. Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Sorry, back to the turn.
Yeah. So he bet. So this is great because what is his range now? His range is a lot of queen X and pocket pairs.
Yeah, go back to the bet. Sorry, I didn't see what he bet.
Yeah.
Oh, he checked.
Right. He checked. No, we bet
Wait.
4.5 and he
Oh
called.
yeah, on the turn.
Great. He's got.
Oh, he checked on the turn. Oh, weird. He checked on the turn.
No, that's not weird at all. He checked. We bet. He called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All the time now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would you like to do?
Well, we started larger,
Yeah.
so we should probably keep going with that.
Yeah.
So 10 plus, I mean, like 10 big blinds to, yeah, 10 plus.
10 to 20.
Right, 11, yeah,
He's going to call with his queen.
right, exactly.
Now he's probably folding out his jacks here, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So we're
I
talking.
don't know, but yeah.
All right. He bets into you.
Because of the new draw on the board, I probably was out and just call this.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's call or fold. This would be a terrible raise.
Yeah, I'm not. There's nothing to raise here. I'm
Yeah.
just I'm into trouble.
You're in trouble.
I don't think I'm gonna, but I don't think I'm gonna fold this. I'm gonna call
Oh
it.
my gosh, you're raising this.
Well, now we'll find out if we're wrong.
Right. Wow.
Well, I don't know what I thought maybe he does this with a queen.
He can do it with a queen. He can do it with a queen. He's got to call your raise with a queen, which he might, but he also does this with two pair. And what's the two pair?
Exactly.
So what two
7-6.
pairs are possible?
7-8,
His draws bring in two pairs.
7-8, and 7-6.
Right. So every time I see a draw, I'm like, fuck, that brings two pairs into the equation.
So 7-6 gonna call the turn with third pair?
7-8 is 7-6 probably
7-8 will, yeah.
7-6 probably isn't. And it's hard for him to have queen 8, queen 6. It's hard for him to have queen 6.
So you think this is a polar range, so you should just call and beat the bluffs, lose to the two pair and sets.
And beat the overvalued queen that might not pay us off. Because remember, when he overvalues a queen here, he has to overvalue it twice for this to be good. So let's see what he does. If he folds, all right. Come on, queen. 8-7. Yep. Makes total sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
Maybe I made a mistake here.
I think so.
Yeah. It's kind of had trouble putting him on a hand because of the board texture and the way the hand played out. But, this is kind of the only hand he can have.
Yep. But he had it.
And it was he could have a set. Like that. Yeah, he could have a set as well.
Could have a set that way.
Like probably the 2s, 7s, or 8s.
Right. Yeah.
This guy could even have queens.
Not
The guy's free bets 2%. He could even have queens somehow.
Yeah. I don't think he has a straight here. So I think the range that beats you is small. But
yeah.
But I think the range that calls your bet I think the range that beats you when he calls your jam is not small.
Yeah. I just thought the board was like not scary enough where I could like, try and stack a queen, but
All right.
this time it was unsuccessful. Maybe, yeah,
Yep.
maybe I went a bit too thin.
Yeah.
But
And
My
then,
thought, I don't know if this is correct, but my thought was there's a draw on the board, like which initiates more two pair, which now I'm probably kind of fucked.
yeah,
But I guess if you're gonna shove, maybe you'll get him off two pair, but
yeah,
you're not really representing a straight at this point, you know?
no, you are.
So,
Yeah, he's not folding. So,
yeah, so
right,
yeah.
right.
yeah.
So I made a mistake it so Jonathan Little, Scotty.
Yeah.
He makes books on like 100 mistakes no limit hold'em players make.
hmm
What mistake did I make?
Overvaluing overpair on the river on an aggressive action. But the main mistake you made was you don't need to fold to that bet. I wasn't saying that you were going to fold. But I completely eliminated the idea of a raise. You turned you turned a value hand into a bluff.
No, I'm not bluffing.
Okay, you're not bluffing. So you got to get called by a queen. Got to get called by a single queen, and he decides to bet out a single queen. So what would you
Yeah,
describe it as? The overvaluing an overpair against an aggressive action on the river.
yeah, yeah. It's just an overvalue, isn't
Yeah,
it? Like
yeah,
river donks are strong
yeah.
almost always.
So let's simplify it the way that Larry says it. When someone check raises on any street, when someone raises on any street, and when someone who had not been betting all of a sudden bets out for a reasonable size, they are saying that they have two pair plus. That's Larry's
Yeah,
thing. This says two pair plus. Now, there are two things about it. It's saying two pair plus. One, it says two pair plus or I'm lying. Therefore, it's polarized. Or it says two pair plus or I'm wrong and I'm a bad player, right? Both can be true, but it says two pair plus. And when someone says I have two pair plus and you have an overpair, why would you raise?
yeah, yeah. A bit of a meh.
Right.
Yeah, I think it might. I mean, this hand I played like 2 days ago. I was just thinking like, time
Yeah,
to stack a queen.
right. Because, and let me say it another way in English that might get it in, that might be an easier heuristic to remember. When he says, I have two pair plus and you have an overpair, and he might be lying, that's why you call, right?
Yeah,
Okay. When he says, I have two pair plus, but he might be wrong and you have an overpair, two things have to happen. One, he has to be in his wrong node. So he can't be in his two pair plus node and he can't be in his bluff node. He has to be in his wrong node, right? So that's 1/3 of his nodes. I'm not saying the nodes are that size, but that's 1/3 of his nodes, right? Then one other thing has to happen. When he's wrong and you tell him he's wrong, he has to not believe you. So let's say that's half of that node. So we've just got that this is a good play against 1/6 of his nodes. Does that heuristic make it clearer?
yeah,
Yeah. And how obvious is it? Well, it was fucking easy for me. It was just like automatically, we're not even considering raising. So let's check out for everybody. Who's considering who wants to raise the 26? And this is after my I mean, I don't care about contradicting me. I just want to see if this is where sort of Lewis is. If this is easy for everybody that this is not a raise, then this is a huge blunder, Lewis. And if it's not easy for everybody, then I think I'm still right, and let's learn from it.
You know where
Anybody
I
else?
am, right?
This is
Yeah,
not a
Rob.
good place to raise. It's not a profitable raise.
Yeah, right. And Larry, you weren't going to do it, but you were considering folding, right? But you weren't going to do it.
Let me see you have to go through the line again. I
Check
was
bet
doing something
call.
else.
Check bet big call. Check bet big call. Check bet big call. Bet and then bet out healthy but not big.
He donks here.
Dunks.
Yeah, this is really polar, and we have so classify your hand. Is your hand now a value hand or a bluff catcher? It's a bluff catcher.
Lewis said it was value, and that's what I guess agreed with.
I think when he takes his large size out of the blue, on arguably I don't think it's equity shifting, but this
Right.
card brings in a lot. Yeah, this is you have a bluff catcher at this point.
Right. And it's not like he bet 10, which looks like a bet that tries to keep you from betting bigger with a queen. He
No,
bets,
this isn't a block sizing.
yeah, he's not blocking. He's putting in a chunk of money that might be bigger than your bet. Might be.
I would, I'd probably call here, but a raising is not profitable.
Mike says, agree, the raise is the mistake, otherwise well played. I was leaning towards a little towards overfolding. Yep. But if you call this, nobody's gonna blame you for it. Even if you think he calls you with all his queen combos, he's also calling you with all the hands that beat you. Sets, two pairs, straight, the straight he never has, the ace ace he shouldn't have, but whatever. So this raise would be considered way too thin to go for value. All right. Yep. Okay. Next hand. Ace king. And this goes to, who did the last one? I mean, obviously I interrupted, but it was Rob's hand, right? So after Rob, it is skate. And I'm assuming Brian is driving, so.
All right, let us go to, well, Yoni has 54. All right, let's go to 6.
6 is fine. Larry's going to 7. I'm going to 7, but all are good.
Yeah, since they were so short, yeah.
You also want to
you-
keep out the guys behind. So
Yeah, great.
Not good for, well, we don't want to bet too big on this monotone board, I know that. But we do have pretty good equity with that single ace. What, like 18% or something like that, or
We have,
or-
yeah, to get to by the river, we're going to hit our flush here by the river about 1/3 of the time. We're going to hit an
Okay.
ace sometimes and it's going to be good. We're going to hit a king sometimes it's going to be good. And sometimes he's just going to fold now a hand sometimes he's going to fold now his pocket fours, and sometimes he's going to fold his queen, what hand can he get here with that? Sometimes he's going to fold his ace queen, and sometimes a queen comes on the turn. So all kinds of good things can happen.
kind of, yeah, we don't mind getting check raised. I mean, they don't have, well, all right, so
We don't want to get check raised, but we can still call.
yeah, because we have that single ace, right? So yeah, so let us bet
What size?
4.
4. I love it. 4.5.
I think this is a good bet. This is a stupid check raise, but just to interrupt you guys, one option we have here with this kind of hand class where we're drawing to the nuts and we
Mhm.
have a board that's really not good for us as far as pairing after we 3-bet.
Mhm.
One option that can be very profitable here is to check. Because you look super weak when you check, but you're drawing to the nuts.
Right.
So
True.
this is a good spot to mix in checks on occasion. It's not the primary play, but I think it's a good option to have in your arsenal.
All right.
To be honest, that was my first inclination, was check because of the reasons you said. But then Scotty started talking, and then I was like, okay, bet.
Scotty always talks.
Yeah, but you're good at it, so there's a difference.
All right. What would you like to do now?
You convinced me to bet. Now, just flat call, obviously. Okay, they might have eight jack of spades, but okay. So what happens now? They check.
Yep, they
Yeah.
checked into the minor.
All right. Gotta be careful with the 8 jack of spades, or or the 6-8 of spades. So,
No, you don't. You don't
yeah,
have
I
to
know.
be, you don't have
Yeah,
to, you don't have to give a
you're good.
fuck about those.
Go broke to those
Uh,
hands. Remember, he's only got 50 big blinds. You're going broke to
I
those
know.
hands.
I
Play
know. I'm
all
the most. I'm
those
being
hands.
sarcastic. Come on, guys. I'm like the most
Okay.
sarcastic person ever. No.
Got it.
We're gonna bet. Let's go. Try to get value from another spade. Uh, it's they have 41 behind, and we want to get all the money. So let's go. Uh, it's, 15, and then get the rest by the river,
15 is
or
great.
that, or 10.
Larry,
Yeah, or that.
I love 10 and I also love 8. Both are great.
Yeah, any size is fine here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, this hand just got a little harder. Let's see what he does. So, Bob, a bigger bet against a bigger stack makes total sense, but notice how small his stack is.
Hmm.
We don't have to do any work to get stacks in on the river.
Isn't that also true if he would just check?
Check leaves us with an overbet on the river. Because
I mean, if we bet, we expect him to have on the turn. If we bet, I don't know, 1/3. Well, I don't know. How wide would he call here on the turn?
against our bet of 10, he's got to kind of call with any spade, even a bad spade against our 10, and then he folds it on the river. So we pick up that 10. And against his good spades, we just smear it out over two hand. Oh, against the king of spades and the queen of spades, we just get all the money in by the river. He doesn't fold,
Hmm.
to both of them. That's why. That's my thought. That's my thought. Let's see what he does on the 10. Does he donk out with his stupid full house? Nope. All right. What do you want to do, Skate?
It's on
All
mute.
right.
Come off mute. There you go.
No, I'm here. Just eating my little chocolate cereal,
All right.
strawberries.
Oh, I have to go.
All right.
All right. See ya.
Okay.
I jam. He
Jam. Yeah.
calls.
Yep, we love the
Freeway.
jam. We love the jam. Great. We love the
Nice
jam.
hand, sir.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that queen of spades was going to call the jam, was going to call a jam on the turn. No problem. The thing is, the queen of spades was also going to call the smear. The jack of spades was definitely going to call the turn. Was it going to call a jam on the turn? Probably, because it has the straight flush draw to go with it if he goes, well, fuck it if I'm beat. But maybe not. The jack of spades might fold, but the other ones, the lower spades, but does he ever have the lower spades there?
The-
Middle
do-
spades are
do-
all up and down straight flush draws, so they don't fold. But yeah, but you still get it all in. You get it all in against all those hands over two streets, and you definitely get called by the 10. So yeah. Who wants to just jam the turn? Or bet bigger on the turn?
I think the hand is too good. I think we
Uh,
want to keep his range. I mean, we have the nuts. Why? Let's make. We don't need to.
Right.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I was just thinking about checking because I feel like
Checking the turn.
whatever's yeah, maybe it's not good. I don't know.
So if we check the turn and he bets that river, I
I'm
don't know that we want to. If he had a deeper stack, I don't think you want to raise for the same reason as the last hand with the kings, because the board paired. So when he wants to bet into you, he seems pretty fucking polar. And the things you beat is, yes, if he has the king of spades and he value bet it there, then you can raise it and it might still call you. But even the king of spades might not call you now that there's a full house out there. So as played, I'm not folding the river to his bet, but do I want to raise a smaller bet? I guess if it was
actually I
block bet
think
size, I'd raise it. If it was really block bet size, I'd raise it. But if it was like 3/4 pot and he had more money. I mean, given that he has no more money, I would still raise it. Yeah.
Yeah, also I think, yeah,
Yeah.
I think betting turn, betting river is just better because if he check turn and he bets, let's say he bets with a 9 of spades and we raise and now he decides to fold. Now we lost the 9 of spades. He might fold on the river jam anyways, after the bet turn, bet river line, but it's more likely that he check calls.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that small bet and jam. And I like the jam even with I like jamming with the tennis, even with the board pairing. I think the only hand I don't love jamming with, but I'm still going to do it, is when the river brings in a 1 card straight flush, or even worse, when it's the exact 8 of spades goes in there. And so now now a singleton jack of spades is a straight flush, and a singleton, what was it, the 6 of spades? Yeah, the singleton 6 and the singleton jack. So I get downgraded to the 3rd nut. And I think at that point, I don't know that I want to jam. I probably still would though, because if he doesn't bet out. All right. Anybody else got any hands? If not, we can do all face up, or we can do live hands. What
Do
do you
some
want to
face up stuff.
do? Some face up. Let's see how people actually play. We've been guessing how they play. All right, here we go. I will share. All right. Here are the ones that I thought were interesting. No more hands. All right. Here's a stack of interesting hands. We'll go relatively quickly and try to get through a bunch of them. All right. Replay hands. Okay. And the order is going to be Larry, Bub, Skate, Rob, Brian, if he's here. I don't think he is. And Mike, if he jumps in. Okay, that's it. Larry, you got. Okay. And Mike,
Got mail?
you got mail. Okay.
Okay. So we're
all known hold cards. You get limp to you. You got ace-8 suited in the big blind.
so this guy is way fishy. You've got how many hands on him?
Only 5, but it's still even when you've got a V of 80 and they're all calls, you're fishy. Even in 5 hands, you're fishy.
This hand feels like very cuspy as to whether we want to ISO or not. I think I prefer just check here.
Okay.
If we were multi-way, I'd ISO, but here I don't think we necessarily need to ISO.
Yep. I'm gonna do it because he folds a bunch of his range has got to fold to my raise.
Yeah, I think ISOing is fine.
Yeah, and then
Either's fine.
Thing out of position, but I don't hate the call. I'm sure I'm gonna raise it, so I raise it, and he calls.
I would definitely ISO it if I was playing
Right.
in position post.
There we go. Yep.
All right. So
yeah, I'm bloating the pot out of position, but I'm also reducing his pre-flop edge. He only has 50 big blinds. So
yeah, either is fine.
All kinds of things are working against each other. I like it.
So he's got a range that possesses some ace X. I think I kind of like check here.
Okay. So we check here mainly to get him to bet and to also bet bluffs and draws. A guy we only got 5 hands on him, but a guy who's limpy, is he the guy likely to bet his draws?
Well, he also has a lot of misses, right?
Yeah. Is he likely to bluff? Is he likely to bet those misses?
No, but I kind of want to see what he does. I kind of want to
fair enough.
See what his sizing is and see how he reacts.
Okay. So I do.
Yeah. I think check here is good. And then we'll see what he does.
Yeah, check seems okay. I think though against this particular player with this limited amount of information we have, I think the bet is a better choice. But we check.
Well, let's talk. I mean, so let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Two questions.
Yes,
How often do you think we have the best hand for?
90% of the time.
All right. Well, then bet is pretty clear. And
How
I
often does he call us? Less than 9, he does, he
Yeah.
also folds a lot. He misses the flop and just folds here a lot.
I think check is good.
Right.
And we're giving it rope, but we do have, I can't get away from our kicker problem.
Yeah.
And so he checks back, it looks like.
He checks back. We have no kicker problem now.
Okay, yeah.
7
All right. So now we generally in theory are going to bet large here once we go check with the top of our range.
Yep.
So we would be 75 to pot here.
Okay. There's also the thing where when we take the check range, we stay in the check line.
Yeah,
hoping that
that's
he
true.
will bluff of some kind. So hoping that he will bluff, but the problem is he's not bluffing. He also doesn't have an ace, so when we bet big, he just doesn't have an ace here. So he's not going to call us with much. So I think so exploitatively, we might have to bet very small against what we believe his range is.
Yeah, there's an argument for betting small.
In theory,
The argument for betting big is that we've got the best hand and we miss value on flop.
Exactly. Yep.
So now we want to recapture that.
We want to recapture.
We want to recapture that EV.
Right. And he has in his range, he has all kinds of 10x and other aces is what he protects his checking range.
8, 9,
Doesn't have any of
flush
that.
draws.
Yeah, he doesn't have any of that shit. In his checking, if he bets every ace, we assume. All right. So I do the exploitatively small.
Okay.
Try to get
Keeping his
called.
range wide. And
To
what
try
does
to
he
get
do?
called by everything because I think he has nothing. And I get called.
Okay.
All right. 3 comes.
Rick River. Except
Rick
for I
River.
guess bring it in the wheel.
Yep.
So I think now you should go B75 to pot.
I agree. Now let's target the part of his range. Yeah, we got him to call with everything. Now let's get some value from something. So we go half pot. Maybe that's a little small, but as it turns out, it might be the perfect size. No, he just folded.
And
And
he had
king queen,
okay.
king queen. So
Well,
We
you got
did.
max value.
we gave him every chance in the world. Well, I don't know. He might have called his gut shot here.
Good shot in the backdoor flush
Might
draw,
have
yeah,
gotten,
maybe.
he might have gotten 2 streets. We might have gotten 2 streets, flop and turn, with small bets. So there you go. Don't know that it was max value, but now we know what that was. And he was a lot stronger than I thought he would be with his limp. That's the other thing. That was a pretty strong hand to limp. So already, that's the other thing to look at this. So he's got a V of 80 and a raise of 0, right? You look at this and go, oh my God, this is the most passive player in the world, right? He's playing right and he's never raising. And then you go, yeah, but it's only 5 hands. And then you see it's king, queen, and you go, yep, this is the most passive player in the world. So that's my claim there. All right. Next hand goes to Bub.
Rob has a hand he would like to show us.
Oh, you would? Okay, let's do Rob's hand.
Rob, go for it, man.
Oh, you don't have to do it right now. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I just
All right, let's
meant.
do
Well,
a
we're
round.
gonna finish pretty soon. Why don't
Finish
you
your
go
round.
ahead?
Yeah. We'll do
Okay.
this.
It's
We'll-
just
we'll-
one. It's just one. But
Okay.
this is such a mind fuck for me.
Okay, let's do this. We're going to do 1 round of face up and then we'll do Rob's hand last.
All right.
I'm going to do the mindfuck.
All right,
Very
here we
good.
go. Would you rather do the mindfuck, Bub? You're up next. If you want a mindfuck, you get it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
All
sure.
right. Switch over. Mindfuck.
All right.
Face up,
Awesome.
and we will fuck Bub's mind.
So well, it was a mind fuck for me. I'm sure he'll be
Right.
fine.
All right.
I
Like
mean,
fold pre-flop.
wait. Oh my God, I'm showing the wrong screen. God damn it. Hold on.
Hit buttons.
Oh.
Sorry.
Try not to hit buttons.
Next
I
time,
know,
show the
I'm-
wrong screen. Show something more interesting.
Yeah, that would help. Oh my God, dude. They fucked up on their pricing with the Alienware, so
Oh,
it was a good deal.
Donk.
It's the only
No, I'm just
reason why I
kidding.
bought it.
Nice. Okay, okay.
All right, you got 8-7 suited. This is your hands, buzzer.
Yes, let's go. So, wait. First of all, is that a cash game or tournament?
It's cash, 15 and 0.
Cash game and people are with weird short stacks.
I raised to 4 big blinds.
Okay. And would you
All right.
consider call here also as an option?
No.
Okay. Always consider it. You don't have to do it, but a hand like this in position, seeing the flop for cheap. If it gets raised, you don't have to play it. All those are options. ISOing it has all its good things. And against this, it's just too tight to fold.
The thing is, with this hand, I feel like even if I get 3-bet, I can just call.
Yep, yeah. And Mike says I'm in Team Bub ISO the fishy limper. Absolutely. I love that. I love that. Just it is not a negative EV play to call here. It might be a bigger EV play to raise. And against this guy, let's raise.
Well, that's why I brought this up because I've been raising higher pre-flop just basically to try to take because the rake's ridiculous. Well, the rake isn't bad, but the cap is awful.
Right. Okay,
so I've been going up higher.
Oh,
and
right.
that
we
might
go.
have been a problem in the
That's an exploitatively large size, and that's
Yeah.
okay. It's okay. Let's see what it does.
Okay.
Okay,
I won't
so
call it.
we get heads up, which is very good.
He checks.
And we bing pretty hard. All right.
Oh, like pretty high.
Yeah, we're pretty good.
I went lower.
No. I'm just saying we hit very hard. It's
Oh,
like we
I'm sorry.
cannot
I thought you were
cannot
talking
ask
about
for
your bet.
anything better here, right? I mean, that is
Pretty good flop.
like
It's flop
pretty
a
much
boat.
the dream. Okay, so if I had pocket tens here, or let's say I have pocket eights here, I would go for bigger sizing for sure. So
Right.
I actually
right.
don't like the sizing. I would go bigger, I guess.
Bigger.
Yeah.
Okay.
But 1/3 is a good sizing to use on any board, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So what, like 12?
Yep. 12.
Okay. All right. That was probably my mistake then. Okay.
Well-
So I bet that.
Right.
He
Now,
called.
here's the things that push you down in solver land. In solver land that push you to the smaller sizes is that there is locked up equity on this board. There is the 8-9 straight. Okay. And so that pushes your range to be betting smaller in general.
That's what I was thinking, kind of, but I
Yep.
didn't know if I was right
Yeah.
when I thought
Yeah.
that.
You block the 8-9 straight, so you can let that go a little bit. Your hand does not mind betting big like that. And your hand does not want to bet all 3 streets without improving.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So you can go big here and then slow down. But I don't think you want to make 3 bets here if you don't improve.
Right.
Do 2 though.
So then we have the turn.
Okay,
Ooh,
nice.
you have
Right.
improved and gotten worse at the same time.
Yeah. This is why I brought this up, and I appreciate
Yeah.
you guys looking at it.
Yeah.
He checks.
What do you want to do, bub?
All right. I oftentimes do the 33%, but I just brought up that is actually probably not the thing we want to do here. We probably want to bet big. I would say like 22.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I hugely disagree, and here's why. I could be wrong.
Oh, good, because there's
22. So when he has one pair, it's very easy for him to fold it now on a 4-liner to 22. When we go 22 and get called, that's flushes, other eights, and flush draws. So we've isolated in that. So everything that we want to have call us folds, and everything that we want to have, and everything that we don't want to be against is what calls us when we bet this big.
so this bet, even though like I'm in the same boat as Bub, like obviously I went in the same range he did. We had the same thought. You're saying
I want to
okay.
bet small. I want to bet small and make small enough that his 7, that his pocket, what he open limped. So what has he got? I want to give a chance for his ace 5 to call and his ace nine to call, his nine.
What?
And
When you say
but
small, you mean like 10 big blinds?
yeah, I mean like 10 big.
Or
I mean like
okay.
10. I, and then I want
I'm
to
not sure.
check some rivers, depending on if he raised me. Because I don't want, when I bet this big though, the good thing about betting this big is I make it hard for a singleton club to continue. That's good.
Isn't
That's what
isn't
I was going
that
for. That's what I was going for.
Oh.
And I think I think there is an answer here. I think Mike, by the way, in Solverland, I think you and I are both wrong. I think in Solverland we bet big here.
Yeah, I think it's a check or bet board. And
Yeah.
we would check most of the time, but this hand can bet big, right?
Yeah. So play
I
that.
didn't want to check because of the flush hitting.
Yeah.
So I didn't want him to have ace high and
Just get there and just get a free card.
right. And then I don't know what to do, which I end up not knowing what to do anyways. But
Yeah.
anyways, that's what I did.
Okay. So you bet big.
He does this.
You should strongly consider folding. Oh, wait a minute. Why am I talking? Bob, it's your hand.
That is my hand. So, yeah, I'm going to fold here. So the reason I fold here is just I bet so big. This guy should be a little bit scared. I
Right.
mean, he can have hands like he could continue with a set here, but I don't think he has to jam it. No. Yeah, I
Yeah,
would
why
just
is it
fold here.
jamming? That
So
that, that was the
so
polarized thing that fucked me up, is it's like, why is he jamming?
I'll give you two hands. Okay. So, Bub, you answer it. Why is he jamming?
I mean he's jamming for value or for bluff. It's or what
Well, yeah, that I knew, but I didn't know what.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean
if he's
his
bluffing,
we don't beat any value here. But his bluffs also have equity against us.
I mean, I
So,
only had 6 hands on this guy, but he's super like his 3 bets 33. Well, I guess none of these percentages really matter because it's only a couple hands,
he's
but
not that far out of line yet. So, here's the thing. When you're right, you're chopping most of the time. He's
right,
overvaluing an 8. So what hands would he do this with? He would do it with flushes.
right.
And why would he do this now with a flush? Maybe he has a low flush.
A lower flush, right.
He would do it with 8-10, which has you crushed,
And then I'm fucked, yeah.
right? And he would do it with an 8 if he's sort of overplaying his 8, but you chop with the 8. You don't
Yeah,
it's money. And
right.
that's the problem. He gets to get you off a chop.
Yeah.
And you bet big. You said to him, I have an 8, I have 8s and flushes here. That's what you said. And he
I
said,
did.
"Great, I'm all in."
Right. And I came out strong pre-flop, which maybe got me, maybe I lost more money because of that.
Yeah, but you can still have a flush pre-flop. You can, I mean, yeah, you don't have a lot of 8s here, but you can have a flush here with your pre-flop bet. And he said, I don't care.
Yeah, also
Right.
with the sizing, he has to respect that you can easily
Yeah.
have a flush here.
Yeah. And if you bet and you bet, and he's jamming over the big size, not over the small
Yeah.
size.
Yeah.
So
one quick way to look at this, one way to look at this in kind of a simpler fashion is after he check shoves here on turn, do you have a bluff catcher or are you ever beating his value hands?
No. I'm not bidding his, I mean,
Yep.
So is your hand a bluff catcher or a value beater?
I know I'm
It's a
I'm
bluff
only a bluff
catcher.
Oh,
catcher.
you just have a
Yeah,
bluff.
like I can't like if he has value, it's way bigger value than me.
Exactly.
Especially
Exactly.
with this play.
Well,
Yeah.
let's
So
let Rob get there. So if you've got a bluff catcher, right? So we've decided your hand is only good as a bluff catcher. It's not beating his value that plays this way.
right.
Then is his line check raise on turn over bluffed or under bluffed?
I think it's under bluffed.
Then we fold.
Well, yeah, I did fold.
Yeah,
But
good fold.
but
Yeah.
but it hurt. And also
It does
I
hurt.
wanted to know if maybe I lost I lost money. Maybe I didn't have to fold out 20.26 big blinds, right? Like maybe I could have played this differently and folded out
I like the way
10,
you
but
played it. I mean, what your big turn sizing did was it clarified his range.
it
Yeah.
really did. It really did. Because if I bet
So
smaller, I would have called that shit.
one of the hidden advantages of using this very polar / large sizing, which you did on turn, is that his range is clarified. So he has decided that his flush he wants to shove. I think this is an under bluff line. I think your hand is a bluff catcher. I think it's a good fold.
I agree.
Okay.
I mean, it's the kind
And
of hand that
I didn't
like
lose too much money in the process of getting there.
I
That's
don't know
what I
about
was
everybody
worried
else, but
about.
I certainly when I play the session, the hands that stick with me are the hands like this, which I fold the next
Right,
deck.
right,
I mean, these are the ones that haunt me. But
right.
it doesn't change the fact that I think you're making a good fold. And it makes it really helpful to bring them to the group so they can all talk
Right.
about it. Is anybody here in the group calling here? Does anybody else think this is a profitable call? Maybe I'm wrong.
I like the
No.
fold. I like the fold.
So yeah, when you come, and it's nice to hear your fellow poker students tell you it's a good fold, even though it stings. It stings bad.
Oh, I'm not worried about the fold. What I'm worried about is if I shouldn't have had 20 big blinds in this with 7-8 in the
Well,
first place.
I think there's a fringe benefit to this big size, like what I said. His range is clarified when you use this very polar sizing.
Yeah,
And when you
right.
told him,
So
I've
now I
got
see what
two
you're
pair
saying.
bluffs, bitch.
And
If you're gonna
Right.
call
Now I
me,
see what you're saying.
it's gonna
I
be
probably
expensive. He
saved
says,
money
"Oh, I
by
don't
being
care.
higher.
Here's all the money."
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
pretty
I
clear
might
what
have
he
saved
has.
money by betting the way I did.
also you get more money from hands like ace of clubs if he has them. So Scotty would bet like 1/3.
Yeah, I like your sizing. I like your
All
sizing.
right,
If you go for a big
Thank you.
sizing, yeah.
Right. So Mike and I were going for the small sizing, and I'm going to show, and I think we might end on showing you guys this. This might be the drill that's exactly on point. So this might be perfect.
Hey,
Look.
thanks by the way for letting me show that. That was
Happy
bugging
to.
me.
That's what we're here for. All right. This may not be the right drill, but this may be exactly the drill we want. Let's find out. All right. So you got ace 5 on the button. And let's see, that was Bub. So the next player is after Bub is Skate. Skate. What do you want to do with ace 5 offsuit on the button?
Okay, ace all of our offsuit aces except for the ace deuce, I think are opening here.
Damn right.
Well,
Open. Good.
yeah.
We open and we get called. All right, great.
All right. All right, not the best flop to be honest. I mean, a worse flop would have been the 7, 8, 9, but this is pretty bad. We are in position, but on this flop, we kind of want to check.
Good enough.
Mostly.
So this could be a check. We can bet our 2 back doors and our over if we want. And I would think that because there's locked up equity that we want to bet small. And I believe that that is wrong. We're going to now find out. So I'm going to take your line.
Oh yeah, I saw that we do have we have a gut shot, and yeah, we do have the back door, but
we have an ignorant end of the gut shot. I mean, it's going to be really
Yeah.
ugly because we're beaten by by a 10. It's not even, but yeah,
true.
let's take your check
can-
line and see.
We can,
So
we
we're gonna
can
check.
bet.
26%. So let's
spot on the flop. I'm sure we've all played these situations. 9-8-6, very connected. Going to go for a big sizing, not very often. The ace spade 5 is a great candidate. Backdoor nut flush draw, and the 5 has a gut shot whilst it blocks the 5-7 and some hands like 9-5 as well. So it's going to be a bet some of the time for a big sizing. Let's play a turn.
Okay, so there we go. So on this one, we get to check, right? Check 26% of the time with our hand here. But when we bet, but here's the part that I was wrong about. When we bet big. That's interesting.
Yeah.
And that surprises me. Okay, so here we go. And it's because we bet infrequently on this board. And that's more important. The infrequently on this board is more important than its locked up equity. All right. So as played, you bet is what happened. So you took your bet line and you bet big. Okay, and he called. 4-liner. and 3 flush. This is why I put this up here, because this is similar to the hand
Yeah.
that were there. 4-liner and 3 flush. So he checks.
Okay, I this time I'm gonna solver bets here. I don't know what to say because I'm pretty sure this has to be an almost kind of pure check.
Okay. So I thought that this would be, I thought we can now bet with our flush draw. Because remember, we bet the flop. And so when you bet with backdoors and they come in, you have to continue betting them, right?
Okay.
I mean, have to. That's why you bet with backdoors, is they allow you to continue to barrel.
Okay.
The 4-liner is both terrible when he has it and great when he doesn't, because he's going to fold out a bunch of pairs here. And what size do we think we're going to go on the 4-liner if we bet? And the answer is we're going to bet.
Okay, so yeah, we can bet. I would just want to check because of that 4-liner there, and it would suck to get check raised. But with that being said, I don't want to go too big and then get check raised. So let's go with 6. Bet 6.
Right. No, Mike. So Mike, this is no, what I meant was it's going to be what our range wants to do on a board like this. It's the similarity of the board. We might even get to see a hand. We might even get to see what the 6-7 does here. So I'm not talking about on the flop. It's on the turn where when we had the 3 flush in the 4-liner and we thought, well, we have to bet when we bet, we have to bet small for all our reasons, right? And this is the surprising thing. So Skate is going to bet 6. The answer, by the way, I know because I got this one wrong the other night.
Okay.
Okay, so I just wanted to throw in one thing because you
Mm-hmm.
said you're afraid of getting check raised. Actually, oftentimes it's better to bet bigger if you don't want to get check raised.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
All
That
right.
is true. A few things I've forgotten over the months.
Yep. That's fine. So we're going to go for the 6. There's the 6. And you see it never does the 6. It
Super
always does.
interesting spot
It
developing.
goes huge.
Huge.
Wow.
Really.
And now here's the other thing about it going huge before he starts talking. Notice it's not just our hand. It's not our hand. It's the range. The range doesn't do a lot of betting, but when it bets, they're all huge, all of them. That's the important thing. And he's going to now talk about it. This is the part for Mike. There is that.
Yeah,
So,
but on the other hand, I mean, we had a made straight to go along with this is pure bluffing, and I think if you look at that, the combos there, all the bluffs are going big, but look at some of the made
the values.
hands are going small.
If we would compare it, 8-7 is checking here,
So 7-7 is checking back without the
and
flop.
8-7.
Right. The 8-7. So it's not betting its 7s very often. The 6-7, for all we know, is the 6-7 of spades here. Is the
And what
straight.
size flop bet did we use in this sim?
We bet big. We bet big.
Okay, and in our case, we bet small in the other hand, so that changes things.
Yep. So all those are changes. Now listen to his little speech here, because this is what I found interesting. I hope you guys can hear his speech. Let me make sure I've got him turned all the way up. We do. Everything's all the way up.
Super interesting spot developing here. You got 4 straight, 3 flush, really connected texture, size down, right? B50, B40, maybe a third pot. In these really connected textures, you're usually sizing down, right? Wrong, actually. When you're in position in a large SPR trying to build the pot, which is what you've been doing on the flop, these really connected textures end up being so polarized that you bet so few hands that the hands that do remain in the betting range, let's say the hands that survive the ability to bet, are so strong that you actually want to size back up. So if you go from a 2-tone texture to a 3 flush texture, you size down. If you go from a 3 straight texture to a 4 straight texture, you size down. But if you put them both together, 4 straight and 3 flush, you become so polarized that you come full circle and you size back up. And of course, ace spade 5 is a great hand to be using here with the nut flush draw.
That's what I found. That's what I thought was worth hearing.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? Yeah.
One big difference to the hand we played is just positions, right? I mean, here it's button versus big blind, very, very wide
Yep. And the other one was big.
ranges.
The other one was button versus a limper, and we did an oversized first bet. There was 100 things that were different. It was just when analyzing the 3 flush 4 straight board, and we said, well, both of those are pushing us down, so we have to bet small, right? And then it turns out that when they combine, something weird happens. And that was what I just wanted to see, that weirdness
Yeah.
there. All right, let's finish the round and be done. So let's go back to here.
We need to finish this hand?
No, yeah, what happens on the sand? Sure, let's see if we can finish the
Let's
sand.
finish this hand.
Yeah, let's see if we're allowed, let's see if it doesn't end here. I think we bet big and he folded. I think that was the end of it.
Okay,
So, yeah, we bet big, he folded, it's over.
okay, never mind.
That's what happened. Okay. Back to this. That was the ace 8. And the next person is, that was Bub. Then we had Skate. So this one's Rob. Next hand is Rob. You got
All
King
right.
Jack, and it folds to you on the button. What would you like to do?
2-5.
All right. 2.5. You get called. Queen 4-4. He checks.
I have a pretty large checking range, so I would check.
Okay. So obviously we bet if we ever have any 4s here, we can bet them. If we have a queen, we can bet it. The
I
4.
might check those too, is what I'm saying. But
Oh, you
yeah.
would check everything here. Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Most
yeah,
of the time, well, 70-80% of the time I'd be checking like
Okay.
all range.
okay. So here's how I look at this. Here's how I look at this hand in the GTO world. If I'm trying to play this close to GTO. If this is queen deuce deuce, while we don't have many deuces, neither does it. Nobody has very many deuces. So deuces are almost like they don't exist. Threes don't exist very much, and 4s are a little bit less. So not a lot of. So if this was like 7-7-6-6, I got to be really scared. Okay.
All right.
now-
So you're playing the queen.
Right. So if I have a queen here, I'm going to bet it. If I have a 4 here, I'm going to bet it. If I have
Yeah.
pocket,
Oh, I don't think you would have a 4. I mean,
It's
I
hard to-
guess yeah, you could on the button. You know, that's true.
here, I have ace 4 offsuit.
That's
I have 4
6-handed. Yeah.
I have 5-4 suited. I have some 4s. You know, so does he.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, he called all his. He called.
I
his,
think he has more 4s than us.
Does.
Is why
Does.
I thought to check.
does. So
But,
I'm not going
yeah.
to bet big. I'm not betting big because he has the nut advantage here.
Yeah.
But if I have ace ace king king, I'm going to bet here. If I have ace queen, I'm going to bet here. So all that's my value that I bet here. If I look for my bluffs, they need to be the hand, since there's no suits to have,
Hmm.
they have to be the hands that circle around the queen.
Right.
King
Which is
jack
in your
suited,
range.
Yeah.
Right.
king jack suited, jack 10 suited, ace king suited, all those with a backdoor flush are worth doing. So that's the thing to notice. So king jack kind of falls into that category. Does it with the king jack offsuit? We're going to look it up before we go. So those would be the reasons to bet, and I would bet small, and checking is fine because he got nothing. Let's see what we did. He checked, we bet small, he called. Okay, now we need to pick up equity to continue most of the time. That's not equity. He checks. What do you want to do? So you're checking at 6, you have nothing, and you see why I put this in my bluffing.
Right.
pack.
Well, you started like a small bet.
Yep.
So I wouldn't, for one, I wouldn't just lose money. But if I had 4s or a queen, the 6 doesn't do anything to me.
Nope,
So
you
I
continue.
would probably maintain that
Right.
that path and bet small again.
Okay. And I think I'm going to check back here because I think when I play
Or
bet
check
my
back.
backdoor-
Yeah.
bet my backdoors, I have to increase my equity when I didn't. And I still have a smidgen of showdown value against God knows what.
Yeah.
Check, I check back. 7 comes.
Oh, he
He
checks
checks.
right back. Fuck, that's
Checks. he
okay.
checks. Now,
I don't know what to do now. Well, you have a smidgen of showdown value, so let's check and get some information then.
yeah, check. Right. So I can check back for my showdown, and he has to show his cards first. That's nice. But I have no showdown against an ace.
No.
And I caused an ace to call. Should I bet here and make sure that an ace folds as opposed to take my king showdown value? I don't know. Those are the things.
Going against a
Ace
big
jack-
blind. Yeah, you're going against a big blind. Like I don't know. Big blinds can have anything. Like their calling range is so
Scotty,
so much larger. I
I
mean, he could
personally,
very easily have a 4, 6, 7. Well, a 4 obviously, but like a 6 or he could have something. Yeah,
Yeah, he could have had 5, 6. He could have
yeah,
stuck around
right.
6.
Yeah,
5,
yeah.
6. Yep.
In the big blind, of course. Yeah.
So Mike says check and lose to all the pocket pair he has and his ace. or
That's what I'm thinking.
at you more than normal versus your fishy line of check bet.
That's real. Yeah.
Those are all good points.
Because he can think I'm trapping if I'm checking anyways and get scared and just check behind with his queens or whatever.
Yeah.
Or a 7. Because
If I have ace jack here, I'm definitely not betting. If I have ace jack.
no, absolutely
block
not.
jack.
Absolutely not. Right, right.
Yeah. So I'm not
But
betting.
you're almost an ace. So
Yeah,
that's my dilemma.
So let's see what we do. I go for the check back for that, and I'm surprisingly against ace king. All right.
Wow, in the big blind without even
Not even a 3-bet.
he didn't even 3-bet it. Okay.
All right. So let's take a look at this in Mr. Solver. Button
I
versus-
like the check. I like the check.
Yep. Well, I do.
I do too. I do too.
Okay, here we go. Peak. Hold.
So,
Well,
before we look at it, what is the weakest king you would start bluffing here in Solverland?
It's a little harder in Solverland because, we'll take a look because I don't bet. The king that I follow up and bet on is only king jack and king 10. I don't think I bet king 9. Meaning
On the flop?
Yeah, on the flop, I needed to wrap the queen to want to turn into a bluff.
King 9 does auto wrap, right?
Yeah, king 9 maybe does. Let's see. So he checks, and on this board, this is what our equity looks like at this moment. Okay, here you go. I'll call you in 5 minutes. Bye. Okay. So this is our equity graph. We have lots of equity before we bet and he calls, here. So we can bet across the range. Our overpairs all like betting. All of our queens are happy to bet. We have some 4s. He has some 4s. Who has more 4s than us? There's a little bit more 4s at the top end that he has than we have. That's how they get up here. So like that. So we don't have the nut advantage, but we don't have a tremendous nut disadvantage. So we're not going to bet big ever on this board. As you can see, there's no big betting on this board at all. But there's lots of betting. I was wrong. All of our kings are happy to bet some of the time. So the bluffs come from just everywhere because we do a lot of betting across the range. So this isn't, but the king jack is
That's
not
the
even
least bluffed one.
just all the
right?
king. Yeah, it's the least bluffed king, and we do it, and it was fine. So we bet it. So we did our bluff. He calls with his ace king that he never has, but he calls with all his aces. He doesn't fold to this size with any ace. So he calls. The turn is the 6 of not me. The 6 of offsuit.
6 spades.
Yeah, but it's 6 club. But in our version, it's 6 clubs because it's the 6 of offsuit.
Oh, yeah.
We're not looking suit close. So it didn't bring anything backdoor. He checks again. And now our king jack, get out of the equity graph. Our king jack can continue and just turn it into a pure bluff. And
Yeah, look at king jack. Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yeah, king jack. Yeah, king jack can bet. Doesn't do a lot of it. So we can check back. We can also bet. So we take the check back line. Totally reasonable. And he gets
7 of hearts.
7 of hearts. And it's the 7 of hearts that works. 7 of hearts works.
I feel like king jack is this check here every time.
Yeah.
Let's see.
He bluffs, he bets all his queen that he was there. He bets all his pocket pairs that are there. Let's do it that way. Yep. He does a lot of betting. And he bets his six, bets a lot of his pairs, and he checks his ace high. And
Oh,
he
actually,
checks.
looking at his range, we shouldn't check, but we should. How?
Yep. And
Why should we check looking at his range? He's never checking anything we beat.
Right.
That's stupid.
Because maybe he calls us when we bet. Who knows?
Who
So look at
knows?
this. A six is not enough to bet. A six checks back. The value threshold is a 7. And the bluffs are, let's see, how do I find bluffs in this solver?
I mean, it's basically like jack high, 10 high, or everything below king, right?
The queens are all a pair.
Yeah, but jack
There
high.
we go. Jack 10, Jack 9. So we bluff. Here's the bluffs. Bluff everything that has
And
no.
the really big kings, like king 5, you can bluff. It looks like king 5, king 3, king deuce.
King 5 blocks a straight, which is nice, and you bluff it, and it's a low king. King 7 is an actual pair, and starting at king 8, you stopped doing your bluffing a lot. Got a little bit of it here. You got a little bit of bluffing here. You know, block the straight. Do all these need to block a straight to bluff? No, Jack 10 doesn't block anything. So yeah, you just bluff away with Jack 10 because you can't win. So there we go. Yep, the thought process is decent. That King Jack can win sometimes. Don't need to bluff it. Would he have called his ace king on the river? He might have, depending on my size. Because I'm in the bet check bet line, which is highly bluffed. All right.
Yeah.
Here we
I
go.
would have bluffed king 9 here, and
Okay.
yeah.
And the last one is Rob. Is that right? Or who got this hand? This
I
was
got
Rob.
the last one, yeah.
Okay, Brian's gone and Mike is not typing in. So I will see you guys on Friday.
I'm in. I'm here.
Mike, it's the hand. All right, Mike's hand. Last hand. Here we go. Don't show what.
Bluff.
Okay. Here we go. Mike, Queen
Oh,
4
yay.
on the button. This
All
is
right. Yeah, let's take a look here. So first hand for the short stack villain, I guess. And
Oh, wait a minute. You had a note on the guy we were playing against on how you wanted to play against him, and I didn't say that on the last hand. Based on his stats. What was it you were going to say?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Based on his stats?
Yeah, there was something you wanted to say. on
Oh, yeah, I think on the flop. This kind of player looks like a pretty aggressive reg type that might check raise you more often than like your typical pool player.
Right. Okay. Good.
So I think advocating a check back on the flop more than normal is
Okay.
good there.
Sounds good. Queen 4.
Yeah. So this is pretty close to the edge for suited queens, but this makes it in.
Yeah, Queen Deuce makes it in, so we're going to do Queen 4. And the fact that out of 6 hands he's played all of them makes it a little worse, but fine. It's not Queen. It's not the very bottom of the range. And we get called in 2 places.
All right. Let's go check, check.
Check, check.
Probably just going to be playing this one pretty much face up here, and I just check behind. I don't think I'm going to see bet.
Okay. And I agree. And my only reason for c betting is because the board was paired. That's only 2 cards for them to hit.
Yeah.
So
I think if I had either the spade, diamond, or heart version of it, I think I'd be more likely to.
I agree. I think
And c betting I don't think is bad either. Like, yeah, this is fine.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness.
Yes.
He checks, I assume. And so he calls you on the flop. I mean, I guess king, queen. I mean, you really, I would go small here. I would kind of block sizing.
Okay.
Because I want to get called by all of his pairs, deuces through tens that he didn't 3-bet tens, whatever. And maybe he calls you, maybe he has ace king and he didn't, because this guy's a short stack, so pretty fishy. So he can have hands that, you know,
Yeah.
you would expect to be three bet, but aren't. Um,
By the way,
can
yes,
you be
this was
beat? Yes, you can have
gonna-
king queen, you can have queen 10, you can have some queen X's around the jack, but I would bet small and get value from some hands that will still call you flush draws and
okay. Skate says go for the bet check bet line because it looks you know, because it'll generate more calls on the turn on the river. I agree. I like that. And Bub says, what about the one big blind strategy? Absolutely. If I'd remembered, I would have done it just to get you guys another one big blind hand, but I didn't remember
yeah.
because it's so unnatural to do.
If
So
you check now, there could be a lot of cards that you don't like on the river
there
and
could
you
be,
won't be able to. But yeah, I mean, I think you
could
could
be,
check too. Yeah.
but it's so, but boy, does this make my river strategy easy when he bets now. If he does. So that's nice. I mean, playing to be easy is not the only thing, but it's not bad. Here we go. And then he checks the river.
Okay. Did you bet the turn?
Nope, I check the
No,
turn.
you checked the turn. Okay, then I'm betting. I'm betting B60. I'm
Right.
B75, maybe even pot now.
We want to get called by a 6.
Yeah.
Bad.
Six or
Or
other
pocket.
pairs like sevens, eights, nines, fives,
Yeah.
fours.
Yeah, exactly.
And your line's pretty, yeah. Yeah, I guess you go smaller, like B60.
Right. So I go
Maybe tiny.
crazy
You
small.
break the
I
Matt
break
Affleck rule.
I break the Matt Affleck rule. I get the call from a better queen.
Yeah, and you were expecting to get that call.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting him to have it though.
Well, it's in his range. Those are in his range.
Yeah.
And you'll lose those, but you would have won a lot other
Oh yeah, yeah.
hands
If I
too.
bet bigger, he's calling also. Yep. There we go. I thought I had it. Okay. When he called me, I was going, yes. All right. See you guys.